guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. And for persons that have actually already subscribed and became members, keep on sharing that content far and wide. We really and truly appreciate it. So you saw by the title that Reggae Boy Bobby Reid dominates the England pages. All right, after the Mexico 2-2 draw with a stunning goal. But obviously, we had started a conversation early on that we want to continue. This is how we're going to continue it. So obviously, Jamaica drew that game, so we took all the positives from that. But what's next for Jamaica and how we can strategize away? So what we saw, like how we do the ranking with Mr. Amari'i Bell, or we can continue that going forward. All right, so we're gonna go through Bobby Reid first, and then after we continue the additional conversation because we have everything written down on the paper right here. So thanks very much. Let me make sure to big up the personnel them here first. Padrino, check in, massive respect. Jason, Guna, massive respect. All right, and people you can call in after 30 minutes after I'm done with this because we want to make sure we give everybody their flowers. Bobby Reid definitely deserve that flower, so I will definitely try to give him that. Best as documentary, how you doing, man? Drew Fortis, massive respect. Lot of the show them starts here, turn up, massive respect. All right, Tyrone Williams, big up yourself. Then we have MP Double Four said, good news, JD. Mr. Speed reported on another program today that Coach Grimm is scheduled to go to United States and England to see other players. Okay, maybe maybe he will be watching and he will might join the stream because the link will be dropped, so he will pass through. Goal by Mexico, Jamaica, pause. All right. All right. Big up yourself. Pagan, how you doing, man? Hope all is well. Yeah, man. And then Crystal Image in the chat. All right. Thanks very much, all the moderators. Your job is just to make sure you can just tell the people to slap the like button from time to time. All right. Let me get straight into the Bobby Reid conversation, and then we can further the conversation with additional personnel because a lot of people wanted to come on the streams, so we want to make sure we can permit that for persons. All right, so as you can see here, Daily Star, Bristol, obviously you know that he played around that corner, so he is definitely ringing in that area, I should say. All right, but he made all of the back pages, and you're wondering why I brought up these things, but I've always told you that we should not take the region for granted, and we should not take any one of these personnel coming in to play for Jamaica for granted, due to the fact that they are being watched by the rest of the world. Bobby Reid, as what we said before, Bobby Reid is a registered quality player in the Premier League at this point. All right, so if him out here doing things like that, it's going to always push to a higher level. All right, yes. So we came up against a quality opposition in the region, which is the top. So if they are not first, second, they are worst off third. Mexico ain't no joke team. All right, and then no, Jamaica, that everyone perceived to be that great team, turned up and actually put on a good showing. So it gives them a little feeling like, okay, damn, this is something that could change the entire look for Jamaica. So if they do if they do try to get in the proper players, they might be one of the teams that would turn up from this region easily. And look how easy it could happen just because these guys are eligible to play for Jamaica. All of a sudden they could just go there. So what that did, that these news can be good and bad for Jamaica. It could be bad for Jamaica for persons that don't know. Once you get capped, if you're over 21, you only need one international registered game. For under 21, you need three. So now the good side will kind of cover the bad side as well, because now the guys them inside England seeing these things, they saw Michail Antonio getting all of these big praises coming from the Concacaf region. Bobby Reid, Ravel Morrison, career turnover since he went and signed for Jamaica. These guys are looking at it like, oh damn, we might not have to choose England. You understand me? So right now, I think England will start to put in certain systems. Of once it's not a main match that of any importance, and they can push over 3 or 4 players, they're going to do it every single time. So it's going to be harder, and Jamaica have to continue working harder and harder to get these players here. So we have to change our mentality going forward. All right, we have to start making sure we're dealing with these kids like Balagan of United States. Go there and try to make sure you get them. All right. Yes. So this benefits Jamaica. This is a free promo of what the guys them could get, because education is key. And a lot of the guys that I spoke to in England, they don't really know much about the Concacaf region, and what are the benefits. So when you see Michail Antonio on clips talking about Jamaica, and then they saw these articles coming out for these players playing for Jamaica and getting these big lordship. They realize that, okay, so it's not England alone you can get these big benefits from. It's a easier confed to qualify for, and players are turning their eyes there. So now the personnel them know the type of players going to Jamaica, because they can easily go on transfer market. Players know that, see the quality players them, and realize, oh God, so if I add to this squad right now, I can reap all of this reward. England ain't winning no World Cup either. So if I can get here and get it stronger, we might even go into certain groups and match even England, and then do even better. So I think these things that Bobby Reid and others does, it helps hasten the message to help people understand what they are going up against when they're coming to Jamaica. All right. So if we can ride off the back of these things, it can easily be a sellable project to personnel. So when I was actually reading it, and I'm saying, damn, look at that team, man. People would not even look at it to say that everything is going back to England, good and bad. All right. And most of the times, these English guys come over, play for Jamaica. They are doing great in Jamaica, and they're making back the papers in a good way. So it's highlighting other kids to come. And I think a lot of those papers back then highlighted these younger kids to come. They talked about it. So the more of these things happen, it's just getting better and better. But what we have to do now, we have to capitalize on it. So our attitude should be strong. Mr. Argrimston, his attitude looks very, very strong. So I got to admit when it comes on to that side. All right. But our attitude, like the Federation attitude, has to be strong. But based on what I've learned, they are willing to listen, because I myself brought proposal to them, and they are willing to listen, because obviously we all want the football to be better. And last night you saw the joy coming off everyone's face. Everyone's face. Everyone seems to be happy, and just trying to find like what we can do to keep this feeling going. Because everybody want to see the team win. Yes. So, Bobby Reid, congratulations, wonderful goal. You seems to only turn up with bangers, and they always ring around the world. Obviously, you're in a stadium with 80,000 people, all right, and that's Mexico, the biggest in the region. So the goal even counts more. You get me? So Bobby Reid making the star again. Let me read through it, and then we'll move on to the additional ones. So they say Premier League icon, Luis Bamorte rolled back years with stunner in Legends Clash. All right, so this was the one from um the legend, and then let me drop this one for Bobby Reid. All right. Yes, because they compared one with one. All right. Yes. So Bristol Lives watched ex Bristol City favorite Cover Reid score sensational 30-yard goal for Jamaica. Former City Academy prospect scored his third international goal in Super B fashion inside the Azteca Stadium. All right. See, Liam Bailey and all of them there. So they are making it, man. Believe me, man. Playing for Jamaica ain't no joke. So for personnel watching from overseas, yeah, you could push your career. So it's beneficial to play for Jamaica as well. It's not just a one side thing; it's two-side thing, because it boosts your popularity as well. Former Bristol City forward Bobby Cover Reid scored one of the goals of his career while representing Jamaica after silencing the Mexico supporters with an unstoppable effort from distance. During the Reggae Boyz Concacaf Nations League qualifier inside the 83 2,600 2,064 capacity Azteca Stadium, which I thought you never had much seats left empty. The 30-year-old gave his side a surprised lead after just 7 minutes in remarkable fashion. A long kick upfield from the keeper landed in the part around the 30 yard from goal on the half volley. Reid hit it first time with the outside of his boot, curling away from Guillermo Ochoa, which nestled into the top corner. It was the third goal of his international career in his 18th cap after making his debut in 2019. All right, so that is for Mr. Bobby Reid. All right, so let me move on to what's next and how we can improve this thing. All right, so we had some things that we talked about. I will drop the link. So all right, so just text me, people. Text me. Whoever want to come on, just text me. It's very easy. The number is running under the screen. So whoever, because I can understand, because some people just want to make 1 point and they jump on the link and stuff, and it kind of damage the stream itself. So whoever want to come on, just text me. I will send the link to you. All right, so you would much more be organized and ready to turn the camera on and stuff. All right, yes, but you can call in. You could call in as well. Give your take on whatever conversation we had. Please do, guys. You remember, we ask every 200 likes. You guys slam up the like button. Massive respect, because when I saw it, I saw we literally on 300 and odd likes. So let me make that a common thing and keep on smashing the like button. Really and truly appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. Thanks very much for the what you call it, the 4,400. So we are 600 away from 5,000. Definitely let me get there as well. So if you haven't subscribed, definitely do so. All right, we are trying to look into the territory of we're trying to look into the territory of how we can sustain this and what's next. So we want to show you what happened after this match, when the next match is available, and how we can try replicate this form or even better this form. All right, because obviously we never had some players available, because Michail Antonio and Amari'i Bell, which I think both of these guys would have made this definitely better. This one definitely better. For me, I agree 100%. This would have made it massively better. All right, those two guys would have made it massively better for me. All right. All right, so let me share that right here. So that's good. And then let me 1 second, guys. I'm just sharing the link so others could come in. Yes. All right. So yeah, man, I've explained how it benefits personnels inside the country and the country itself. All of these pages always benefits the players, the country 1,000%. It's just we have to capitalize on it, and I do think we are doing better than previous years. I'm not saying they are doing the best, because I don't see it as yet. But they're trying their best, to be honest. From I heard from people literally trying to get other ways to get things done. I know that they are doing their best. All right, yeah. Owen, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Devon says, big up yourself, Mr. JD. Thanks very much, man. Massive respect. Devon, how you doing, man? Hope all is well. These players must be smart and not let England use them for one cap. No, but we have to explain it to people, because that's how it works. Sometimes you just explain it, and sometimes they just don't know. Drew Fortis, I had an experience, and that's why I started to change the way or I approach things. Because at first I thought that a lot of these guys know much about the roads and stuff. And to be honest, when I've analyzed it, no, they don't. You get me? Because sometimes they're just so caught up in their profession, they don't even have the time to really look back and say, oh damn, that's how this works. That's why they have agents to go out and search and get it done for them. So it's completely different. You get me? Yes. Hopefully, Dexter shares his experience. Yeah, man, Dexter literally sharing his experience on Instagram, telling people that it was a very good moment to see his national team and be helpful to his national team. You understand me? Yes. Big up yourself, Drew Fortis. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what they don't know, man. So we have to make sure we provide it to them. I know England definitely looking on Dexter, saying, "Damn, yeah. I think Dexter works off. They have right back problems because of lately they are not developing these right backs that are strong at the tackling and um, feeling comfortable to go forward. I think Dexter would be one of those ones in that mold. Now they are creating more wing backs that has delivery ability. Delivery ability, not so much on the tackling side. You have man that can tackle and then can't go forward. So when you have a Dexter that can tackle and go forward and have ridiculous strength, that is definitely a miss for England. So people should know what Jamaica have and how they should approach it. All right, yes, because you have to approach it cautiously. To be honest, Kevin, big up yourself. Massive respect. Osh Puppy, thanks for being here at work but checking in. Yeah, man, thanks very much, man. Richard Stewart, Samuel, how you doing, man? Hope all is well, man. And the man them need to come on sometime and share their experience and things. Yes, yeah, Bobby, top goal, man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Drew Fortis, man. Thanks very much. How will we get? All right, Jerome, oh, you do my massive respect. I missed the match star. My internet was no, well, the game is on the Concacaf YouTube channel, so you don't have to miss the channel, miss the game. You could go back there and get it. All right. Bobby Reid said to tell you guys that he does not score goals from 6 feet out. Well, he plays a little bit further back, so any one of the goals that he's going to be scoring will always be some of those ridiculous goals. Imaxit Antonio would have definitely bullied the Mexicans defenders yesterday, and it would have unleashed Shamar Nicholson. I'm gonna set up something here, and I'm gonna show you what took place on the field yesterday, so we can properly assess it. Because I thought that a lot of us kind of doing it not justice. I think a lot of you guys not doing Shamar Nicholson's performance justice. All right, I think he was much better than what a lot of people try to say. He was much better. He was much better, and I'm gonna just try explain some things. Yes, I gotten a lot of comments, and I heard all of you guys comment. But sometimes you have to put things in context. I'm not saying that Jamaica balled Mexico. Jamaica had good chances to win the game, but if you're gonna go on chances for chances for chances, I would not say Jamaica would be the favorites. Let me give you that. So, and I thought that we did that video. People, we are very much honest. We are very much honest. So I don't know why people think that we are overhyping. This is not the channel that does that. I think we are honest towards how we judge it. You get me? Yes. So all right, so we're gonna play the coach coming up soon. All right, yes, we are very much honest. So in the comment section, man, sometimes we just saw something yesterday and we thought that it's good for me to say, all right, then definitely this can bill off. This is something that I'm impressed with, so it could bill off. All right, yes, El Pagina, big up yourself. Kevin Fierce said JD Bell and Russell is a must call going forward. Well, I'm telling you, just the fact that we saw Bell and Russell, imagine the better persons that we have. All right, Chris, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Jamaica upgrade Unatande. All right, big up JD. What a lot of people fail to understand, once these players come and play for Jamaica and perform, they will get highlights than our local base doing it. Yes, and then the local base can build off the back of it. You have to just make sure you stay good and keep on pushing. All right, yes. Number one, big up yourself. Thanks for being here, guys. We have 160 at the nose, guys. If we just jump to 200 very fast, it actually helps the conversation. So you just hit the like button as you come in. Give your thoughts in the comment section. We're going to go to it. Yes, that's how we want to do it. We want to make sure we build that unity between we and the fans. As you come in, just hit the like button. You don't even have to ask, just hit and the support. All right, because that is a part of supporting. Number one, big up yourself. David Scott, thanks very much for being here. Massive respect. All right, Triple E, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. David said, JD, me not tell you that Jamaica is so unreal that we can lose to Trinidad and draw with Mexico 1 week later. But we have to be honest, it was a different squad, and also it was a different Mexican squad as well. Yes. Um, all right, big up yourself, man. Errol McDonald, afterwards, JD did not see the game. Can you say how many times was Bailey fouled in the games? I never really tried to go on that, but we could get the metrics for you, but we don't want to cement ourselves on one player. All right, we prefer not to do that. We did that today, and it never really ended well for us. All right, so we prefer not to do that. All right, because we want to stay on a positive note to have a conversation. All right, we saw two super chat, massive respect from Brain Drain. Put $1 on the board. $1 is already 1,000 views. So every time you drop $1, we are very much grateful. I know hard people have to work for $1 because I have to work very hard for it. So Brain Drain, we don't take $1 for granted. Massive respect. And then we have $10 on the board. Mr. Detta Bass in the building. Thanks very much. Yet again, 10 times the 1,000. So that's 11,000 views there. Massive respect. We really and truly appreciate it. That we keep it right there just to show the respect. Johan Stewart said, big up, thanks for being here. Johan, how you doing, man? Beta said Bailey was rubbish. All right, we just leave that alone, but we're gonna chop it. We're gonna chop up the conversation and let me play the coach first. Let me play the coach first before we get anywhere. And this is over Simon Preston's channel, so definitely go on and support him by watching the content. I'm gonna pull up the video now, so it's gonna play in the background. All right. Yes, so 1 second, let me just play it so you can hear from all of them. You hear from Leon Bailey, Meron Garden, and then Mr. Coach Algrimson, so you can get a few things that he's planning on. All right, yes, which is important. So let me just go through that first. All right. Hope you can hear it well. All right.
Take us through the game. I mean, how you saw it from the back.
I think we executed the game plan perfectly. What the coach wanted us to do. You know, we had our chances on set pieces. We tried to get in behind and play, and we executed the game plan. Unlucky not to come away with the win, but definitely a step in the right direction.
How easy or how difficult is it playing in the Azteca?
definitely not easy, especially for me. This was my first time coming here, really, and being able to get the start. But it's definitely not easy to play, and to come in and perform the way we did, I think was definitely showing how the team is growing and making the step in the right direction.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think in any other tournament, we'd have settled that job, but we needed the win to move on. But I think the guys did well. We worked on a lot of stuff, and it really feels good. We even work on the goal kick, we scored from it. We work on the corners a lot, we scored from it. We got a few open chances that we should have put away. Mexico also got chances. It's a balanced game. But to come here and give a performance like this, wow, it's a good start for us. I think the Argentina game, was the beginning. I think we made a turnaround in Cameroon, and I think we're on the road to really build a nice team in the future.
If there was anything that you would change if you look back at the game, what would you do?
Wow, I think tactically we got this spot on early, but I just think with just the chances, I think we should just believe a little bit more. I think we're looking some clear-cut chances when we have some half chances. We could shoot. I think that is just encouraging. It's very encouraging going into the Gold Cup.
Thanks.
How would you describe your experience in the Africa Stadium?
Well, for me, it's the first time being in Mexico, actually, first time playing in the stadium. And I think it was an incredible atmosphere. I think the fans showed great, spirit to cheer their team on. And, that's a heavy support. And I feel like it helped them a lot today. But, yeah, it was a great atmosphere to be playing under. And, yeah, today was one of them ones where it's bittersweet for us that we came over the draw, but we're still looking forward.
Do you think it's an obligation for your team to reach the World Cup, considering Canada and not Mexico were going to face ours in the qualifiers?
Most definitely. I think we have a big opportunity to, make the next World Cup, and with US, Canada, and Mexico being qualified, it's a huge opportunity for us, and we're going to make the most of it. But we still have a long way to go. But today we can take a lot of positive from today. I think today was a good game from both teams, and we showed a lot of character, which we were lacking in a long time. But I think today we really could have came up with something, but was unfortunate we came up with a draw.
Hello here, Carlos from Suriname Latest. I just want to know how much involved the Mexican official and the Aztec Stadium.
Sorry, I didn't understand that one, mate.
How much do you think that you feel? How do you feel here in the stadium with the people of the Mexican?
As I said before, this is a tough place to come. The fans, the stadium is massive, and the fans is there for the team from the beginning of the game until the end. And it's never easy.
We're just
for
going
our
to the
team
interview,
come
guys,
here.
then we're going to break it down. All
We're
right?
really grateful.
It's
that
20
we
minutes in the video. I saw the messages coming in the phone. Just give me a chance for me to set the channel up. All right?
Yeah, it's amazing to play in such atmosphere here, and I think the people here really can see that they really love football and they really love their country.
¿Alguna pregunta más? ¿No?
Thank you.
And then this is the coach. So this is the coach that we're hearing from.
Leon expressed himself really well. It's a difficult place to come, and a big respect to Mexico and the football in Mexico. Is one of the powerhouses in Concacaf, so we knew it was going to be a difficult match. But I think we did some good things, but we are starting a journey together. I know we need to improve a lot of things still, but the good thing about this match for us is that it shows, even though we go away and play in a difficult stadium like Azteca, we can still get something from the game, but we are disappointed not to win.
All right, so guys, that is the coach. We heard from Moran, we heard from the goalkeeper, we heard from Leigh and Bailey so far. All right, all of them rang the same type of news, to be honest. All right, and we said the same coming in. All right, so it only goes to show that they are on the same page as the fans as well, and this is a springboard to something else. What's to come next? We're gonna look at the other competition coming next. All right, sometimes guy, you can just easily call in after the 30 minutes and just spend your 5 minutes and stuff, because sometimes it's I like to focus on the comments them as well. All right, yes. So if you know that you're gonna be busy, you don't push me out of the way to get everything to give a link and then you come here for 5 minutes. Just call in and stuff. All right. Do you think Jamaica will still make the Copa America? We have to wait. We have to definitely wait and see. All right. We want to see how much we want to see, because look, we have some problems. Obviously, we want to get into this because we had problems coming into this game, and when we look at the field yesterday, obviously we took it to say it was a good performance, but we still showcased that we're lacking depth. All right, we're lacking depth because we saw some sides to the game that we can definitely alter in order to get things better. All right, we have some of those sides, so I'm not gonna jump and tell you that it was a perfect performance, but for the standard of the team that we were facing over the years, Jamaica would have just sit back and just lose everything. All right. And today, they never looked that way. They looked like they were okay to get things going. You get me? Which is important. The best I see Jamaica play from World Cup qualifying. All right, thank you very much. JD, did you notice that the coach did not use any local players? We will get to that as well. All right. It's good to see Ethan Pinnock on Brentford FC Facebook page highlighted for the Reggae Boyz. Yes, man. All right. Okay, Zachariah, American, how you doing, man? So close, guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Zachariah. Hope all is well with you and the American team as well. Yeah, JD. Yesterday was the best I've seen Boza played. For us, his all-around game was pretty good. Didn't see him play like this during the World Cup because he's learning. He went overseas for a different place and learn more. That's how we always said. People stop trying to force yourself in the national team. You get me? Go continue to learn, because when you get a failure in the national team, it's one of the worst things to happen. Because when you actually start kicking up, people might not trust you and you don't get that extra thing. So you can't build from the top and go down. It does not work. If you build from the top, you might get embarrassed. You get me? So that's why I've always said, as I said, that's the way to go. All right. Yes. I'm live, guys. So people want to take time with the texting because I'm live. So sometimes it will talk out on the phone. All right, please. Just text me after and then I will get to it. All right. Sunrise, oh, you doing, man? Thanks very much for the continuous support. Thanks very much. All right. Yes. Good evening, JD. The Mexico net not giving any chance. They know they know. Okay, fair enough. All right, that's right. It's not properly, by Big Boss. Do you believe Algrimson can lead you to the right? Yes. And I've always told you guys that what happened? What happened with Algrimson? It's not say he's the most flamboyant coach. It's not because he's the most flamboyant coach or any of that sort. I think something that Jamaica. I did videos before and I explained to you guys. Um, um. I did videos and explained to you guys before. I said the one thing that because I went back to 86. I went to 86 doing research back to now. And what big problem Jamaica had from day one was always professionalism. Was always professionalism and togetherness. You get me? But some togetherness will come in between professionalism, because if you're a professional, you know that you need to be a unit to have chemistry. You understand me? You know that. So really and truly, yeah, professionalism was the biggest problem that I've actually researched from day one. Professionalism was always the problem for me. All right. Yes. Come straight from 86 to now. One thing I could tell you for one thing I could tell you for one thing I could tell you for Iceland, what I saw from Iceland, what they had more than anyone else was professionalism, and they have a team unity. So I said, if he could just come here and do exactly what they did from Iceland, I believe that would have been good enough. Because really and truly, since 2022 or 2021 setup, Jamaica had the talent to reach the World Cup. They just never had. They just failed off the back of 1998 and 1986. The lack of professionalism. So once he comes in and set that scene, it would have always been something better. You get me? Would have always been something better. So Takumi, I believe that once he stays professional, I think it's not just making the World Cup. Think he's gonna put things in most of these persons' head, because they always live off the back of 1998. So he's gonna put something now in their heads to up the scale and what to really what it takes to make the next World Cup. So that's what we're going to be seeing. So I don't think he could just make Jamaica make the World Cup. I think he could transcend the way how we do things, like take us out of this older dinosaur type of era to go back into to go forward into what is required. So even if the next person takes it on, they know the amount of work you have to put in order to get the job done. You get me? Yes. So Takumi, good one. But I think he definitely could. He definitely could. All right. Yes. And thanks for being here, Takuma. All right. 1,000 1,000 mute the mic, my brother. Mute the mic, please. 1,085% of what JD said. Okay. Respect. Respect. Massive respect. All right. So I'm gonna bring in the other guys for them to say their piece. The other guys, if you want the link, you just let me know. I'm not gonna open the Discord because I don't even want to drain the energy on the computer. So if you want, you just come in. All right. Yes. Are you just calling? All right. Yes. So go ahead, Pastor. Good day. How are you doing? What you want to add to this conversation? You saw the topic and everything.
Doing doing well enough. Let me say to all those who are supporters of the team that we all need to congratulate the men for their exploits in probably one of the most difficult arenas to play the opposition. And I believe that there, for all those who would have been questioning and looking for evidence of what Hal Grimson is about and expected to achieve, this would have given us, should have given us a clear picture that this man knows what he's about and is serious about what he's about. You know, I'm grateful that Hal Grimson dubbed the goal a world-class goal, because for some people, the detractors or the naysayers of Bobby Reid, if Hal didn't say it, they wouldn't accept it from people like me and you, JD, that it's a world-class goal. So I'm kind of happy that Hal said, not that he needed to, but for those persons especially, he would need to. I'm wondering though, JD, he had scored a goal maybe a little bit less than this one in quality, but certainly of a very high quality before in the Gold Cup. But the only thing they remember are the two misses. So I'm wondering if, since he now has two world-class goals, if it will kind of diminish in their minds.
Pastor, we
yeah.
don't even do that in mind. We have a lot more things that we are trying to go kind of constructive.
All right.
So don't even pay them people in mind. Just look at what we are doing here.
All right.
And
fair enough.
Yeah.
From the team, from the game, I'm going to take one thing from Hal Grimson's statement to empower my point from the game. He said that now that this game is out of the way, he will move forward in terms of looking at some new pieces to solidify the team going forward. I want everybody to hear me say this, if no one has said it yet, that for all of those who are trying to sell the narrative about the world-class players we have in the local league in Jamaica, this team is going to be purged, and only the best quality players are going to be in the team going forward. So it will not matter where you are born. If you have a Jamaican passport, you have to be at a certain level to make the team, and I'm glad for that. I don't think we can bash our starting right back, or we should, because we can if we decide to be devious, but we should not. But when there is a step up in class, it is going to be very apparent. I mean, I knew that if I had selected the 11, I would have gone with Lambakisa first, but the coach is staying true to what he said he would do. He's playing everybody and he's going to treat everybody fairly, the same way. So, having said that, he would not have done anything other than start with Javian Brown. But I am going to say to Javian Brown, go back and watch the tape and see where you need to go put in a whole heap of work and get yourself prepared for the international stage, because the younger man has shown you that he's at a higher level, and so you should be okay with that younger man getting the nod to go ahead of you in the very near future. I will use that to cap everything. That would go for every player, JD. I'm not going to call the very popular name because we don't want to distract in terms of the video. I'm using Javian Brown. And that's my opening segment.
They're signing in fast. I understand, but let me just go through this first. This man's over here. I want you to read this, and then I can remove it. But JD, I once told you that Jamaica has all the right parts. To being a better team, we just needed professionalism, and you told me Jamaica is not a footballing country. All right, so you notice what I've connected it to? The person, the coach. I said the coach will bring in professionalism. Jamaica now have the players them if they don't get them. So he's the one that's coming in to get them and giving you that attitude to get them. So it's not the same thing. That does not mean Jamaica has them. It's on the back of Mr. Halgrimson. I am basing my conversation. All right. So that's what I was saying. It's completely different things. You are saying that Jamaica already have the talent, which I don't think so, because we would have had them on the field if we have already had the talent. We still need an extra. We need some quality players. Let me don't point out anybody. We need some quality players. And they hear the coach said it himself. We need some additional pieces. I got to look for it. So if you have something, Jason, in life, you know where to find it. You understand me? No, you can't. It could be lost, but clearly you don't have it. That's why we're going to search for it. Yes. So before that answer question, David Scott, and that's what I meant. Guys, as we said, you know the thing. 2 Billy, as you come in the chat, the like button. 2 billion the like button, so you know the algorithm start call out everybody. Start look for J anywhere that I'm van. It start look for pasta and I don't know if a plain pasta have, and it start look for Jason everywhere. So 2 billion on the like button and everything start. So Mr. J anyway.
Company vehicle.
Lord pasta. You never have to say, you never have to respond in the pasta, you never have to fight. Anyways, Mr. Dre anyway there. What say you, sir? Good afternoon. How are you doing?
People, JD just finally shared the KC membership sponsorship deal, you know. Just start share piece of the KC sponsorship deal, you know. All right, you not hear me fine?
Yeah, we're here.
All right, so yeah, I agree with a number of things that the pastor just said. Grimson definitely said some telling things in his interview, post-match interview. We're gonna go into that further on in the show, as I expect. But looking back from last night's performance, I've never been this optimistic about the team going forward, especially into the Gold Cup tournament, given the fact that the coach will be looking to improve the team too. Because if those who never know it, now you're going to get breaking news here on JD's show. Coach Halgrimson will be going on a recruiting trip April next month to the United States and England in hopes of improving the team at specific positions. So there you have it. But last night overall performance, I begin to see an identity of the team, and I hope that we can fine-tune certain things going into the Gold Cup in order for us not to be just present in the tournament, but actually compete for the title. And I'm very optimistic going forward for this team.
Okay, you finish?
Yeah, that's it for now. That's it for now.
So big boss, you know, could I just make Jason chip in? We are wait, right? You know,
That's it for now.
Why is this brother so bossy? You realize, people, this man is so bossy. Anyways, before we bring in Jason, let me give David, big up yourself, man. Thanks very much. At least I don't know, Mobia and Clarendon may hear them a recruit a tech police. Jobless, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. El Pagina said source speed. All right, we will try and see if we can get Mr. Speed on the line. Yes. We'll try to see if we can get Mr. Speed on the line, if it's possible. Yes, so Jason, thanks for being here, Big Boss. So what you want to chop up on this one, all right?
Yeah, so just to start out, respect everybody on the panel, respect JD, respect everybody in the chat. Normally, lately, the day after a Reggae Boyz match, I am trying to find words to put a positive spin on things. And this is the first time I can remember. I'm not having to search very hard to find positives out of the game. The first thing that I noticed, there have been times in the past when we score goals and you can see which players like the player that scored the goal. It's only them run over to the player. Now, I can't remember the last time I saw score a goal and the entire team run over to celebrate the goal. So that was one thing that I noticed early on, the unity and the camp. It definitely showed on the field, I thought. I thought there were times in the game when Mexico was, getting the upper hand on us. And in previous times we have been in the Azteca, we would fold under those circumstances. And I just saw the team galvanizing together. Players that aren't known for blocking plays. Ravel Morrison had a block. I've never seen Ravel Morrison tackle like that ever. Now, of course, he showed his other side and made a mistake. But at the end of the day, I can't fault any of the players' effort on the field. And I think a part of the reason why we fell short in that World Cup, apart from us not playing the best brand of football, if you're not going to play the best brand of football, you have to do everything else right. Win every second ball, win every 50-50. Run, chase down everything. And I think Jamaica succeeded in doing those things last night, and it showed in the way the game was. So we were able to keep the game, from getting away from us, and in the end could have actually nicked it. So, kudos to the boys, kudos to the coach, and long may this unity and newfound camaraderie continue. And hopefully we can continue this through the Gold Cups and through the World Cup qualifying campaign.
All right, good.
One thing I must interject real quick. I did not see Jamaica sucking any seed last night, but I did see them look successful on the field last night.
All right. Thank you, Dre. Thank you.
Okay, all right. I don't know why that was necessary, but good Lord.
JD, permit me to say this. I don't know what method Hal Grimston is using to becoming acclimatized to Jamaica. However, I believe he has mastered the art of caging what he's saying in the use of some Jamaican terms. 3 interviews before this, the interview leading to this match, he made the same statement where players are selected in the team based on how he didn't use the word gel, based on how they behave amongst the other players in the camp.
Mm-hmm.
I said that to add some strength to what the other 2 panelists said about the unity within the Jamaican camp. There are some players that people see as favorite players, as their favorite player, who are too individualistic to be fitted within the definition of a team framework. And so if you don't have that kind of a outlet where you value the other person, you're not going to be able to easily make Hal Grimston team. And so that is why you see the change, Jason, when the goal was scored, that everybody run to celebrate. It's not, I don't believe it's everybody doing it out of choice. They know if you don't do it, you're under the microscope, and that might be your last game for a while. Because Hal is building a team. And if you're not supporting the other man, him go cut you. He has said it several times in the interviews.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. So fair enough, fair enough. So based on what you guys saw, you agree that we need more reinforcement if we're gonna go on the top level of teams. A few persons asked me about the FIFA points and everything. Yes, a draw for Jamaica against Mexico will gain points. Mexico is one of the top rated teams in the world. So you get in a draw, it comes like I think it's even more points than an actual win against somebody closer to you, like maybe 5 points closer to you. So it's more points.
Yeah, if we had beaten Trinidad in both the games, we wouldn't get as much points as we get for the draw last night.
Yes, yeah, man. 1,000%. It is definitely way more points. So it's a good thing. It's a good starting spot with FIFA points and also experienced. All right. So yeah. So that's one that person's asked me that I had to come and give it to you. All right. So based on what the coach said, you think because we have to have this conversation. You think because we want to go into the dissecting of the players them. All right, and who you think you would put in a Jamaica starting lineup to be successful? All right, yes, but what we want to ask first, based on what the methods of the coach, you think it is right? You think it is right, or you guys are okay with it because he comes out and said that yeah, we need a few more, and we need more people, we need more players because we see how hard it is. So you think it's right? I look like Jay anyway that I want to go, but let me make him go because I don't know if him a drive or him on disappear or something. I don't know. You know.
My boss man stop running me off for the show, no man. You see me chill and I kick back from my lunch break. Lord, me no man, I'm do my thing.
I learned to the pan. Okay. I'm very sorry.
Yes. Now, I want if you are one of them.
You know. Jay anyway, you know, life is very very surprising. You are costing me.
I'm not going to discredit you, know, because I'm going to say something, but the cataract normally say them thing they take.
You can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say. You might get finally blackballed by calling that lunatic name for my show. You understand me? Right. Yes. So go ahead. Right. Go ahead.
So yeah, let me touch back to something still where you say about the FIFA points and all of that. I said Trinidad, the game that we play, the two games that we play against Trinidad, where we draw one and then we lose one. That's gonna hurt us in the standings also, just as much as we gaining back points from this Mexico drawing.
No. We gain more.
As much.
The problem is this is a registered game. Registered games it ups 5-fold. You get me?
Remember,
Jay, anyway,
Speed did come out and say,
Jay, out of me Speed, who should hate us? Who should we hate us more? Let me hear what you have to say. Out of me or Mr. Speed, who should you think you that tell us something we don't believe? No, disrespect to Mr. Speed. I'm just telling you. Out of me or Mr. Speed, I believe. All right.
Yeah, it's weighted. It's weighted. So
don't answer that question, young man. You're living in Jamaica. Don't answer it.
Me can't answer it. But may I say the credible boss would go it still. Because right now, Mr. Speed said that I beat the top of you yesterday. And I no step to it. I told him get underneath him skin. What? So make him go on over this.
Mr. Speed explained it, Jay, anyway, and it's not. He said the same thing as what I'm saying. I think he just misunderstood what he said, so I'm not gonna jump to blame him. You know, yes, but he said the same thing. You have two levels of points, Jay, anyway. You lose points for lose the game against. All right, look. You see, for instance, if Jamaica did play Trinidad yesterday, Jay, anyway, in the Nations League and lose that game. Know that you will see easy 25 to 27 points off of them. 25 to 27 points. And they might lose just 3.5 points by losing to Trinidad in the same bracket. If not, yeah, I think around 3.5 points and then maybe 1 point or 0 point something for drawing the game.
In total, we lost like 4.5 points.
Okay, thank you very much.
From Trinidad. That's it. That's it.
So
and a draw against Mexico would have gained us like about 12 to 15 points. So,
January, I never looked at it, but may I tell you, yeah, man, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, man, just go to the FIFA calculator, people.
I'm going to go on it now just to show him, you know?
And not just me, enough people would consider that now because Trinidad ratings in the 100, we in the 60s, we lost to them at home, not just losing to them in a Trinidad, we lost to them at home in Jamaica. So that may I say,
Yeah, so
and
so
then
so Dre, if
yeah.
those two results had happened in the Nations League itself against Trinidad, we would
Yeah.
have lost about 35 points. And because it wasn't in the
Yeah.
FIFA
Right.
window, we only lost like 5 points. So the weight of the loss is not as great because
Mhm.
they take into account that you don't have your FIFA players that play in leagues that won't release your top players. So they don't weight it as highly. They still give it a weight, but
Mhm.
it's definitely way less than if it's an international window that the game is being played in.
Okay. Get answer.
Oh, Pagan said, JD, you never ask Pastor if he might drive. So why ask Dre? No, no, no. The reason why Pastor is on the show every day, Dre. I know that he's driving and he's much more mobile than Pastor. So that is a fact. So don't try to nitpick things to make him get angry and I say him I do this and I do that. You understand me? Yes. But anyways, Dre, anyway, you wanted to say something, sir. Because nobody ran here for
No,
nothing. You're just lying
no,
and wait.
I got more answers still. So go on, continue with the show until I'm ready for interject again.
Okay, okay. This is a bad man. Oh my
It's an
God.
interjector.
So yeah, we ask you. We don't ask him a question and him answer the question. We ask him a question and him don't even answer. Dre, anyway, that we started with you. We ask if the approach from the coach is the right thing. Like, oh, he's coming out and saying that he has to go there. He knows what the Concacaf requires, and if he has to go there and get the high-profile players. Remember, he already said he only wants professional players, and he's trying to go back for more professional players, so that kind of limit the chances of a local personnel getting into the team. So what say you? Agree or not? And give
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah. So definitely agree. Agree 1,000% with the coach. I know, say on a note, so I carry my club. I'm a support Aberview and thing, and I watch the JPL only when Aberview playing against a team. But the level of professionalism and the playing level that's in the Jamaican Premier League, as compared to the other leagues around the world, especially in England, even at the League One level, it's still a step up from the professional level in the Jamaica Premier League and the players also. So with that said, the coach has been looking at these players for a while and every chance him get him watch the games, him call the best of the best to the camps, have them in local camps and training and set up, seeing how they're trying to play his system. He picked the best of the best for the international games and he still never give them the minutes because I don't think the coach actually trusts these players to when push come to shove, him can rely on them out there on the field. Whether it be locally in at the stadium or if it's overseas versus Mexico in the Azteca, whichever level the match was, location the match was played or would have been played, I believe it would have been the same outcome, the same situation, not the scoreline, but him making changes. I believe he going forward, he's gonna want to put the strongest because his reputation is on the line. And remember,
Mhm,
Jamaican people is very
mhm.
cruel. They will judge
Because
you off
that's
results. Them
but
not gonna look on who you playing. Them are gonna judge you off results.
you're sure about the part of January? Because that's my second part in January now. Because before the game start, people come here with a couple names. Well, them not make the team. Or no, not couple with him, one name. Them not make the team, so them no want to support nothing. So I'm asking if you think he's doing everything right to still win over the fans. Them, you know. So even if he does
But
not get in the result.
remember, this player is going to the best club in the world, to
Okay,
develop
so
and get better, So the coach has a lot of time for the 17-year-old youth, And remember him saying, him said in public, say, him going to be a part of the team going forward, but him don't want to put so much pressure on him. So he is in his plans, but he wants to get him playing and training at the highest level with the best club in the world right now. So that's where he's looking at. But let's go back to the point that yes, he's going to improve the team. He's looking to improve the team. And like I said earlier, he's going to do some recruiting next month in the US and UK next month. So look forward to that. And 250 plus players on his database. He has all the names that you're gonna call and mention and all of that. He has the name them, and he's gonna be looking at them. He's probably gonna be looking at matches, or he's probably gonna be communicating with them directly. But there's different levels to the thing.
But
So
Jay,
just
anyway,
give the man time and let him do recruiting.
Jay, anyway, suppose we tell you that Jamaica have more than 250 players. Them have more than 500 players. What you would have said then? Because you still...
All right, so there's levels to this. All right, there's certain players that's A level player. Then there's certain players that B level and C. All right, so say for instance he puts certain players at C level that he can use for 2030. So right now he has A levels that playing at the highest level in the Premier League in England that's eligible. So those are priority. So you want to hit the priority targets first before you go down to the others. So if the priority isn't saying yes and the numbers are dwindling down, then that's when you jump into the next section. So you got plan A, plan B, plan C. Let's attack plan A and try to get the best of the best first.
Okay, so the conversation was the top level players that we want is 200 and add of them. Okay, no, I understand.
Hold on. That's me and you and whoever watching now live are watching in the rewatch. I'm not saying that's what that person said in public, but I'm saying that's what it is behind the scenes.
Okay,
all right.
All right, behind the scene, big boss. All right, sorry. All right.
And since we're doing interjections,
before you interject, you gotta come in. Before you gotta come in. Jay Neweda, Chelsea, the man them say is not the biggest club. All right, so stop.
That's all I was gonna say.
That's the man them saying that shop. No, I never we.
And that's coming from me, not the chat. They're not the best team right now. So
no, I was not going to pick it up and go war boat like you directly, but I would say the chat said Chelsea is not the best club. Anyway, so you can come out there feeling in a car and I'm going with that sort of thing. Yeah, so yeah, man. So let me pass it on to Jason. So Jason, go ahead. What say you? You think it's the right strategy he's working with?
Yeah, I think so. Because one thing that he has shown is that he even places what he deems to be the right professional approach of a player over even positions. Because 2 games now we see him play against Argentina and Mexico with 2 players in the midfield that do not play central defensive midfield. But he would rather go with those 2 players because he thinks they can maybe take in his message and take in his instruction a little better than some of the other options we might have had that actually play CDM. So I think he's doing the right thing by making it clear that he does think that the team needs some more players filled in certain spots, because right now he's still using round pegs in square space. So, you know, once he can keep on adding to what he deems to be that level, then we'll start to see him actually putting players in their rightful positions. Because I think right now what's most important to him is the players that can receive his message and bring across his tactics on the field in the most professional and organized way. And we saw that in him picking players that maybe don't even fit where he's putting them, but he can trust them to follow out his instruction.
Okay. All right. So, Pastor, jump. Yeah, straight. And then
yes. I'm answering the second question that you threw to Drain Weather first. The shock to the Jamaican public, let me say it categorically, since Hal Grimson has to be very professional and guarded in how he say it. These players that you think you want in the team today will not factor in the team until you get to 2025. If they develop sufficiently to displace the players that Hal is going to select. 2025. So they are in his program, but on a 2 of them are go factor. They will be called to camps for him to view their development, and they will be given further instructions to continue in their development. People normally say when you're doing a building, the first part of the question, now that you ask if he's doing it right, yes, he's doing it right. People say when you're doing a building, you normally do the foundation first. And then you build the side walls up. I saw construction where the foundation was done on the floor and then the roof. No side walls. The method he is using is the one that he has trusted and proven. And so the coach has my 100% support. And I'm going to categorically say, yes, he's doing it right. He knows that he needs some more pieces, and he's articulating to Jamaica, those pieces are not in the local league in Jamaica. I am going to get them wherever else they are. So all of the favorite players and the world beaters were them having at the local leagues down at Jamaica, and those who you did not see get subbed onto the field against Mexico in the Azteca, it is instructive for you to know that you need to get a pair of socks, because you don't have socks to pull up yet. You need to get a pair of socks to put on your foot, to have them to put you in the fire. Simple.
All right, Big Bad Pastor, thank you very much for that. Guys, we have 256 here. Come on, man. Just do us a solid. Get us to 256 likes. Just one jump, because we're not far away from it. So definitely keep on smashing that. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. It doesn't matter if you don't agree with Pastor. He comes off a bit strong. We have different personnels. I have different ways that you don't like either. Jason has different ways. I don't even know. Jason have every ways in the world. Jay anyway, it's just different, you know. Yes, so so I don't know. All right, so just like the video because of those liking the video, because you're supporting the channel. We saw a beautiful question here before bringing Jamaican Guna. Oh, they took away Pastor. Damn. All right. Football Global said, JD and the panel, after watching this game, do you think we need to continue with the local camps? All right, Jay, anyway, because he's on lunch, he should have been trying to chop up them questions fast before him gone, but I'm busy. Jay, anyway, what say you? Should we continue with the Jamaican camps? Yes, I think. And people in the chat, let me know.
Yes, definitely, I think so. Because you need to continue developing the best talents that you see on the island. You need to have them playing your system just in case, and when called upon, they can come in and do a shift and put in a shift. Say, for instance, remember, you need depth for certain tournaments, and going forward, we're going to be playing a lot of games. All right? So you don't want to just leave them out of the picture and out of the fold. You want to prepare them also for overseas, because you know, some of the players them that develop locally, we put them on a high and hype them up locally, and then when they go overseas into these systems, then they can't compete and they can't play, and then they kind of fall off and have to end up back into Jamaica to the Premier League. So the coach identifies some players, and most of the time it is the best of the best that he identifies. So if he can develop them and prepare them for a certain level of play and professionalism, because professionalism, remember, he's looking at them and trying to build them to be professionals on the field and also off the field. He's trying to help these players. So if he can continue to call up these camps and prepare them, prepare the best of the best in the local league and prepare them for the future, then why not? Especially the younger ones. Once you can bend the tree from its young, as how them used to say, then that's best he do that. But the players over 30, I don't think we need to be calling no camps for those players, to be honest, you know.
So people die.
That's my 2 cents.
People die after 30, Mr. Jane with them. People die after 30.
I don't think. I'm just saying my opinion. I'm they are strong.
Dre, let me give you a 30-second crash course in agriculture. Those old trees, you cut them down and make them spring back.
No, hold on, Pastor. No, Jay, anyway, I behave a little bit feisty for him come up on the stream. May I ask him if people die over 30, because we not just see Costa Rica qualify with how much man. We kind of need people for help. Remember, we are gonna always have, just as we talk. So, for instance, one of the Jamaicans them, Bygrave, no, not by Bygrave, 30th. All right. get very much solid, score 60 million goals in the Premier League, and you want to bring him up. Obviously, you want people to acclimatize to the situation. Just like how you have a maps can talk to the English guys them coming in to really teach them about it. So why Bygrave could come in the team? You talk about people, yo, you know, an 30-year-old man in the team. You understand me? Why that 30-year-old man that have a cycle in him, even two, if the cycle is actually the year, you know. Look, you know, if I'm on a 13 and the cycle come, he starts to play for the national team at the same year, you know, him have two cycle left in him, you know. So if a 2026 the man at 30, Jason, the man have two cycle, man at 34 the next cycle. So why I thought about, you know,
we building for 2026. You bring a 30-year-old man and 34 years old, and then when you look up on the other players that who will be competing for the same spot as compared to him, you can't do it the way the JD, man. Too much players out there locally that's better than that player at that age. We now bring, if Bygrave scores 6 goals for the rest of the season, we're gonna go back to Bygrave and call him over Colin Anderson and Trevante Stewart and Colorado Murray and the rest of them.
No, Dre with that. The problem is, you know, a whole heap
Colorado Murray is how old, Dre?
And Nicholas Nicholas Hamilton. We're not gonna call him over them, man. There.
All right, but all we're saying is, I don't think if a man is 30, we can just throw him aside. What if he can help us in even one match? It's a long story. It's a long quest, so it's not something that is over. Like it just done. I think you can't cast aside people like that. But I understand you said we should be looking younger. That is true. But if you have an exceptional, the exceptional will always get selected. All right, just like when we want an exceptional 17-year-old to come in the team, I think an exceptional 30-year-old could be in the team. A man says right here, January, that Hutchinson is 40 years old and still I get picked from the Canada team. So why this man keep on get picked when them have super talents?
Because we're talking about the local players, calling them into the squad, into the local camps. Hutchinson been doing this for years, a professional. Mariappa been doing this for years, a professional. Anthony Grant been doing this for years, a professional. If they catch a form right now and start performing consistently and the clubs start winning, then you can't look at it that way. Then you can see a player a need for position. So if you have Russell Baker, who else we got that could play the deep line? Lambert, 25. If you have those players playing consistently and the team is winning and they're playing consistently, then unfortunately you're not going to go for Anthony Grant to bring him in. Don't matter if he used to do it back then or if he's actually playing consistent, because they're going to be above him.
Yes. Very good point. Very good point.
So that's what I mean by age. I'm not talking about them professional Hutchinson. Hutchinson a big baller. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about calling local camp.
But remember, you know, Jamaica have a little luxury still, you know, because look, all of the guys and we are try calling, you know, are players when I have no overseas experience, you know. A Bygrave and those guys went overseas, you know. So how much they have learned overseas, that you're gonna try putting these younger kids, and how long they're gonna take to get that and grasp it for you to put maybe scrape one of them and put in a national team. When a Bygrave could have come on, already learned overseas and then catch on to what you're doing easier. So that was what that was my rebuttal towards the thing. That's why I had it in my head, because I had a few players that came back from overseas to come back in Jamaica, with us. So that's all I'm saying. Would you just push them away because they might feel overseas and they reach 30 years old? You know, when they could have still do something. That's all I'm saying.
And you hear what Mida said too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That brother, I'm fierce, Stacy, man. But let me just take the call. In fierce, Stacy, man. You bring up your point, I may try counter your point, and you tell me, yo, you're already done. all right. I will not say anything much to you. Good afternoon, caller. How are you doing, man?
What go on, JD?
We are here, you know. The Mr. Dre come on the show a bad way up, and yo, you understand me? I say, me don't talk, you know.
Me not agree with you about the age that you play them.
All right.
Because Girlz can play for Costa Rica now almost about 40 years. And he still play.
But Jay, I gotta say the man they have overseas experience. Jay, I gotta say the man they have overseas experience. Yes.
Against Martinique. You understand? No, but JD, you can't just put a man 19 just because he's young. You understand? If you're 20 or 19 and you're not going nothing,
and a man at 30 do better than you, you're not supposed to in a team. You understand?
Yeah, but put it in context to what Jay said. So, a man come back into the local league and use Jamaica, because remember Jamaica have one of the lowest local leagues in the region. So don't use Costa Rica local league, because that's a highly rated league, to be honest. All right. So use Jamaica. Say if the man them come back like a Biograve at 30, come back. Would you not call him up? Because a Biograve me a pint out pan, you know. So Biograve him score 50 million goal in the Premier League, in Jamaica, and the next man score 5 goals or do good in a Manning Cup. Would you choose a man in a Manning Cup because he's younger than Bygrave? When you're in season to get a few matches, you wouldn't still pick the 30-year-old in a 1 and 2 games just to try help you there, because you're trying to get there.
But see, Magee and Lamar Walker, they come back and them they young. We shouldn't call them back. But what me I say, JD, right here you see, 6 or 1.5 dozen at the other. Maybe J right. You know what I say? If you're gonna pick me a older man like a professional player, maybe that look a better still. But right here, JD, I don't love to see your team play last night. I'm glad to see Bobby Reid scored a goal there for silence a lot of people. You understand? Because a lot of people been down on this youth. I tell this youth no good. And where. And they've been aware to come out on disgrace the youth and disgrace the team. So, I'm not try to start no war. But what me I say, come on to go and go sit down and go watch some football. Then, right now, JD, some man would have tell you. They're afraid to say it, you know. But a lot of people, so how made them attack, them instant argument, they would nearly want to say Bobby Reid to certain new kind of team over Bobby Reid. They don't say it, you know. You understand? I mean, no say for this Bobby Reid play like certain man last night, you don't hear the argument today. See? You understand? They want Bobby Reid on that team.
Hold on. Neil. Why is it when a man say him not try start no war, him go right into starting every war, World War 14, 25, 30?
They don't start look war, man. You see? Man, they talk foolishness. But when I said everybody knows Bobby Reid, I want the best player in the Jamaica team. See? Regardless, every time people bring up about a little goal where man kick and dash right stadium, everybody talk about that. Same thing, I may say, you know where this thing come from? They do the same thing to Michael Hector. Over and over again. No matter what kind of game a man play, a man them say man not play good. They remember one game where man must make a mistake in a Gold Cup final. And that they use every time against the man. And the same thing they do with Bobby Reid too. See? Come here, certain man, but they have the sports commentary. I talk about Bobby Reid was one of the worst player in the last World Cup qualifying. See? So they might in something, like man say, well, you know, certain man should in a team. But for them, golden boy, support in a team. JD, I'm glad we have the coach here, and the coach has sense. See? The coach has sense. And some of them people who attack on the TV station, they don't really have influence over football again. I only want the space, you know. See? So no matter what them say, people can listen to something what they say sometimes. But JD, I YouTube for them have a space, you know. Everybody
get a thing. I'm here, Mr. Oral Tracy. I say YouTube them too enough, you know.
Yeah.
Every way them them.
But they realize, you know, I lose them to them influence, you know.
But is it that the YouTube them too enough? Like too much of them the one place? Maybe that's a conversation that we have as well too. Because yes, because that he must say. You see what I tell people all along. Jay anyway that you when me that beat him, me tell you so me not turn pound in you. All right, so I'm a YouTuber now. So Jay anyway that is it that you guys too enough? I have to call you out there, Jay with them. And me say so, you know, and the big boss says so, you know, so hope you can tackle him, you know.
He no call my name. Him call a certain name. You want me call the name them when call?
I prefer not. No, don't do that.
Right.
Gentlemen, I'm going to sign out and listen to the program. I'll be motion never at this time, yeah.
Yeah, take care, Sir Pastor. All right, yes, dear Pastor. All right.
Yeah, we have a support, man, but you know what I'm going to just support that team last night. I'm glad to see your team play and things. So, you know, and Me I tell you, me I see Bobby Reid score that goal there. Shut up all, Bobby. That goal there, me live for more than
Yeah, man. The goal ring around England, yeah, man. The amount of people I see the goal in there, and I said, Jesus God.
I want the people up here walk and I eat paper out I eat paper out garbage pan today. You understand? Because they don't wait. You understand? So big up yourself, man.
All right, respect. All right, respect. All right, yes. So someone put you right here. Someone put up good one. Say, you're bringing Jamaican Guna right after. So J.C. Clark says oral is a part of YouTube. So him enough too. Yeah, I think sometimes he does not think about what he's saying. He just go out and say it, you know. Yes, maybe he's just upset at the time because he saw kind of say anytime him go somewhere, there's a big man him say. Him can't even get a word in, you know. But the man never try to do the best thing because the other day they said they're gonna make sure it's more professionalized, so less people can be there. So if a person don't have a media pass, they can't be there. So him can get to go there, you know. Because I don't know what he even do with the information, Jason, because I've never heard him explaining nothing, you know, or giving any detail to no conversation of nothing, you know.
He just does his dialogues on the TVJ and then him doing YouTube channel stuff. But yeah, look, I'm not going to speak on him, so I don't know enough about him. I mean, I just see what he brings to the TVJ table and the YouTube, but I don't. As far as his purpose, I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. So we have Jamaican Guna. Bless yourself. How are you doing, big boss? Hope all is well, you know. Lowe Alex. He's the Bobby Reid of YouTubers. I have never called Alex name, you know. What you see, mix up can start.
Oh, who said that?
And Douglas Tennant, and him him love fight.
One of the most mix up comment of them that, believe me.
Douglas Tennant, go back. Oh my God, no. When you click me now, be a message me, I gotta get my Instagram and be a bad up. And I've never done nothing.
Yeah, man, JD, stop this Alex, man. What I'm telling you.
Guys, smash a like button, share. Guys, make me pass the 2 billion and aim to 3 bills on the stream, all right? So I've never said anything bad about Alex. Duckland is lying.
But Oral Tracy is like a comedian, right? Is that what he start? Is he a comedian?
I don't know he's what, but he looks like he was serious on a lot of the topics, all right? So that's all. Yeah, we're going to bring in Jamaican Guna. Big up yourself, you know?
Yeah, big up, you know, big up everybody on the panel. Jerry, big up yourself and big up the fans of the chat. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, everybody. See you. Just want to give my little assessment of what won the match last night. Still, you see. Quite frankly, I overall I like how the team played as a unit. They look way better than I've seen Jamaica look in years since Schaefer. And that is saying a lot. The team looked like they were fighting for each other. A lot of there was not this disjointed and big distance between, you know, the players, as you usually would see when they shifted the players to tend to shift closer. There was a lot of more passing in tight spaces. You can see someone still a woof the ball 70 towards my nice guy, but it was at a minimal. There were more than 3 occasions last night that I had to take a shot because they made 10 passes or more. And I haven't seen that. The rest of the matches them me watch in a recent time. Me finish the match thirsty because I know the man couldn't put 10 passes together. So thirsty that killed me. But last night my thirst was great. My thirst.
I saw 2 times when we complete around 15 passes. No,
yeah, man. 15. Yeah, man. There was 3 occasions, man. 3 occasions where we put 10 passes together.
Yes,
so,
I was counting,
man.
Yes.
Remember that comment they go now. That
yeah,
made me laugh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right. So I appreciated how the team played last night. And the coach is a very intelligent coach. You remember last night, you know, Stradamus told Mr. JD
Stradamus.
Goodness told Mr. JD last night, you know, say, brother, you need to take off Brown off of the field. And he was saying that he wanted another player to come off. I'm going to say, brother, take off Brown off of the field and you can see the football game change. And the moment after...
No, don't lie on me. I not said Brown.
No, I'm not telling a lie for you, man. You said no, brother.
No, we were finding... No, oh my God. Let me explain myself now.
Go ahead.
we were trying to look for different ways how to get things done. That's what we were trying. So we can't just look for Brown alone to come off of the field. We were trying to look at two different ways. And just as your ball are coming in a conversation, Mikey, we're getting your feedback. So close the page inside. Yeah. Go ahead. So that's the reason why Jamaican Guna, I said let me go on the Leigh and Bailey are the winger position to drop one in midfield. Then we can keep Javier Brown on the field, or if we can push to a 5. So don't spin the narrative. For Guna Stradamus. So continue, Mr. Guna Stradamus. I not hear him. Yo, big boss, we're not hearing you, you know. What happened? Jason, you guys hearing him?
Nope.
Guna Stradamus, we're not hearing you, you know. All right. Mikey, what say you on the matter before we get back to Guna Stradamus? Because I don't know what happened to his mic.
Just came in. I don't know what the matter we were talking about Brown. That's what I heard the last thing.
No man. He's just talking about his side to the conversation. But we are talking about everything about what Bobby Reid did, how impactful it is in England for other kids to learn. That's in academy, that's not outside, you know, and what's next for Jamaica, you know, and how you look at the game so far. So everything we were talking about. You can keep your point anyone in FM.
If him is Guna, not Damos, I am Mike, not Damos too. Because I tell him I was going to play 4-3-3, but on the convince me say I'm not going to play.
4-3-3?
Yeah, hear me now?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Yeah, sorry about that. May get the on a call. Sorry about that. My apologies.
All right, go ahead. Nostradamus.
Yeah. So last night, no, Mr. Guna Stradamus, right, was talking about the fact that we needed to get off Brown off of the field, because the man over the right hand side of my boy, I roast him like rotisserie chicken, bro. Chucky will literally go over there and scare him sacks him off him. So the moment Lambakisa came on, you realize that the game changed and we steadied the ship somewhat, you know. So that was that shows that there's a good coach. You remember that we have had instances in the past where the coach actually made a change and put on a player up on the field and make 2 goals fly in the net and we lose a match or could have won or draw. So we can understand the difference between a coach and a coach. You understand? And a coach. So the reality is that we have a good coach in our hands, and hopefully he can improve us going forward. I realize that he's going to take his time and implement what he wants to implement. And know what somebody make a bias man ever doing in 9 years after them a bag of foolishness. You realize that the changes that he made yesterday when he wanted to change the formation, he put on a man who is 762 years old named Mariapa, as opposed to putting on a young kid of 21 years old who is king. And when he wanted to change the formation. And that is another thing again, where the dude went 5 at the back. I think he brought Taxi as well to give width, but I don't think Taxi gave a good account of himself. And so quite frankly, I think his time was up. But basically, I think the coach is a very good coach. I look at how the forward players move. How they move in and out of in and out of the areas them, and you can see that's down to coaching. If you see when them pick up the ball, like a man pick up the ball, usually a man pick up the ball like the man used to the wolf. So a man pick up the ball, a man run it down him isolated out there by himself alone. Nobody not close to him or nothing. So him did a hold on the ball so till him dispossess him. You realize yesterday when a man pick up the ball, you realize 2 other players come in and try close so form a triangle. Those things are small little things that you see that are down to coaching. You know what I mean? That is tactics. That is not just, we can play ball, so I go up and field go run. In basically, you can see, so I'm a coach man, say, brother, when the man them up there for the ball, I want to triangle around them man at all times, so they have options. So those are the little small things that I saw that this coach is great. Now look at the youth when bring on Russell. Russell forward and probably feel like a big general. And basically, he's a new version of a Ravel Morrison. He's flary. Based on the cameo that he had last night. He's flary, looks skillful. He make $1 million pass there. Where, the greatest player in the world flops. But he made $1 million pass. When I say, where that youth? Bro, I was there like, I wouldn't get that youth from, brother. Like, how would that man here? Like, you know what I mean? The man's done, man just look composed on the ball and just look like a general. So, I think moving forward, we have a really good. I think Wade did well for himself still. So I think overall we had because if I was to grade the players, and I'm going to run through my player ratings like quick and fast, I would give like Wade a 7. I would give Brown 3. I would give Lowe, which did very, very well last night. I would give him my 8 out of 10. And I would do the same for Ethan Pinnock. I can't get him higher than that because they did allow 2 goals to score, so I can't get him higher than that. And I would give probably Bell. Bell was good as well, so I probably give Bell a 8 as well. So the only weakness on that side was Brown. And in the midfield, I don't think Daniel Johnson gave me any confidence moving forward. I don't think he did as I would like. I saw a lot of plays that he broke down. He missed pass, didn't read what the players might do when he was in the triangle. And yeah, him not really impressed me last night at all. I'd probably give him a 6. I think Ravel did okay, not great. He was the person that knitted it together a little bit better. I think on the right-hand side now, Bobby Reid was a general. I think Bobby Reid deserves a 8. Fact that him score probably the best goal I've seen in a Jamaican score. A missile with 2 goal line net. And then on the left side now, Bailey, I would probably give Bailey a 5. I think Bailey was super average. I don't think Bailey was good last night at all. The only good thing I saw Bailey did was attract a lot of players to him because, they saw him as a danger man, so they kept on doubling up on him. So he took out 2 players and making other room for the other players, and like Shamar to run into. Shamar was very impressive. He didn't score, but he was very impressive last night in terms of the runs that he made and his hold-up play. And then the changes that came on they made a lot of sense. There was, Lemekisa came on, improved the back line. 595-year-old Maps came on, steady up the ship run at the back there, stuff, make sure everything Bell dropping in center half, the left center half. It was just, bro, it was a great performance by the team in terms of even the coaching, and it looked really good. And if this is the foundation that we're building, that we're going to move forward with this coach, I think we will be going to the World Cup. That is one, and I think we'll go to the World Cup and give a very, very good account of ourselves. I'm really excited about the next stage, because considering that this is his first official match, I'm really excited about the next stage of this coach when he gets his philosophy into the players and the players them understand what he wants to get done. I think we're going to see a very skillful looking passing Jamaican team that we've all been crying out for maybe 20 years. I think we might be seeing that in the building stages now, and I'm really impressed by the boys. We drew and we didn't go through, and that's a disappointment. But the performance is what I was looking at, and I think we performed credibly last night.
All right, respect. All here. All right, massive respect for the super chat. But guys, we have 300 people here. Please get it up to 300 likes on the video. That's how we ask us. Click the like button, and we are continuing the conversation. Ask your question. We will bring it up from time to time, but we'll keep on putting in more people. Yes, because we have Mikey Ballin just came in. He was talking about he saw 4-3-3. So I need to chop up his argument about the 4-3-3 that he was talking about, because I don't know what he's saying on that field. Guna, you're right. On the button there. Yes, Guna said he thought it was a coach, JD Speed said from the first time them talk to Russell, he wanted to play for us. Yes. Wait, I would chop it up, Chevis, man. Know yourself, man. All right, so let me bring in Mikey Ballin. So Mikey Ballin, because we are trying to get everybody on the panel, if it says something, but it's been a while, because people keep on coming on.
Yeah,
all
man.
right, so Mikey, what say you now? Because you saw 4-3-3. So
Well,
just
first,
explain me.
let's talk about the team first and the performance. Out of 10, the whole team get a 8 on average, team-wise, because everybody was trying to help everybody, which is good. And for the first time, I can tell you this, Shamar Nicholson is the best game I've seen play for Jamaica. The man hold up the ball, wait for the help, and was doing a lot of work up top. I want to give him a lot. I'm going to beat him sometime, but when a man do well, you have to give him props. Jamal Lowe was a little bit missing sometime, although him get the assist for Reid goal. Bailey was way below par. Them should take him off from about the 68th minute in the second half and bring on the next winger. We had Paris on the deck. We never see him play yet, but I guess the coach think him to have the experience, so he never try him. Because what the coach did yesterday was play a pure experience player. Because when Lowe got hurt, I thought it was King coming on. But he went for experience instead of youth. You understand me? Ravel should have been off also from about the same time as Bailey. Because Ravel is tired. Definitely tired. DJ tired too. Should have come off a little earlier. But you can't we are what you call it now. Second guessing the coach. We're not on the bench. And him have him advisors there with him. So the coach, I'll give the coach a 9 out of 10. Because I think him to keep on Javon Brown like 20 minutes too long. Should come off like in the 25th minute of the first half. Because he must have leaked like a sieve. Every time the man got on the left side, he might leak like a from the new youth. Come on, Slim style look for him, right?
Yes, because from he made the first pass, everybody realized that this is something different. So let me just give him the ball.
No. What the Mexican winger name again? What was the winger?
Chucky Lozano.
Lozano missing, right? He missing, right? The man look for him.
No. Lozano had a good game when Lambekisi came on.
No,
but he had all-time plan. No. Let me
go ahead.
Mikey, these men are intelligent. What he did now, Lambekisi is so good because Lambekisi come to him every time he's going to control the ball, so he does not get any space. So he push him back up the pitch. So what he did now, they have a triangle press now that they brought up a second man and then the midfielder come in. So they have a triangle passing around Lambekisi. Lambekisi commit himself and then he flips it over the next side. But he's not getting individual stats, but he's putting in a collective performance because of what Lambekisi did. So I agree with you, but we can't say that do nothing after that. When him put in 3-4 more key passes from over Lambekisi's side, but him couldn't take on Lambekisi because he been a
Lambekisi have a pocket and a pocket of football shots.
Yes, I would agree with you that he was afraid to come at him because it looks like he has so much energy. So that was the problem. So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, when the new youth, Russell, I like how him look. He only get 20 minutes. But, for the 20 minutes you see potential. Because him still young. Him is 22, I think, or 23. So it's a potential. All in all, Amari'i Bell was good. I think I need to play more, a little bit more. Get involved in the attack a little bit more. But he maybe play into the coach's order. Pinnock was excellent. Damion Lowe, boy, I tell you, it's the first time I see Damion Lowe play, and my heart never in my mouth the whole time because I don't know one rush tackle he make.
Okay.
Which him win.
Yeah, man.
So that tackle was something else.
I don't know who
Mikey, that tackle was one of the most unnecessary tackle I ever seen in my life. I don't know if I just have right back problem give him so much. I think believe me, guys, I think Damion Lowe's head is stripped. I honestly believe. I don't know where that tackle came from.
JD, Italians were saying here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
They say, them said the man have a few loose screws in him cabinet. But what the Damion Lowe is that when they give him a play, I run up and down and screw them again a little bit loose. So when they make a rush tackle, the coach call him over and tighten them up. You understand me? I say my heart, when the man move,
Mikey, you know see what? I think the reason why them take him off, he may about to get a red card. You don't know what happened. The challenge I'm upon him after 2 more times in the same lanes. I see like him try go to Jimenez.
Man, he want to get him revenge. Yeah, man. And even further from that, JD, after the tackle, after the tackle, is that point in the game him start to hobble, is the tackle injury?
Yeah, man, the tackle injury him, but he was willing to continue war because he may want to do Jimenez something. Because Jimenez injury hit him. So me I say, so it's easy if you take the man out of the game. Because anyway, they never say the same thing.
JD, say to the man never type to screw them back in the head.
No, it never tighten because when him get the lick J anyway, it's like the man just want to do him in something every time him run him down for doing something. So J anyway, what say you on that, brother?
No, so what is my heart reached to my mouth when I see Lowe run cross to the man for got tackle him. When I say Jesus is a penalty this.
Yeah, man.
I saw me going to watch now. You see, and you never connect to that. Remember, a red card is going to get a straight penalty. Straight like a road again.
And I want to tell you, Dre, if that was a European ref, even though him get the ball, them a call for
still red card. I still
maybe
believe
him not get the red. Maybe him not get the red, but it's a yellow, and them are gonna check it on VAR.
Wow.
Well, I tell you,
he made some good. We have to talk about the good them as well. He made some good blocks.
But because the player on the one mistake he make on the tackle.
Yeah, man. Other than that, he was faultless. I can't even lie. I can't remember another time.
He was lucky to be on the field still, and we never concede a penalty. Don't forget that. You know.
The penalty was a 100%
from that in the side. Otherwise, from that. Yeah.
But Jay, with the reason why we don't factor it in, we don't have VAR. So if I did VAR 100% penalty, but we don't have it. You understand
also,
me? So I can't blame
him. Even if that handball was called, is that something that you can knock him off for? Like his hand just being there trying to tackle. I mean, that's a tough thing to grade somebody down for. I mean, that could have happened to any defender in that moment. Your hand automatically gonna go out to
but Jason, the way his hand went out, Jason, it would be automatically a yellow card. And if you have VAR, the next challenge would have been a yellow card as well. So it could we're not trying to insinuate something, but you're so easy to get a red card again, even when you have balling. You see what
I see the reasoning.
So I will say, Damion Lowe, your recovery speed is good. I respect what he did last night. I really look at him and give him some credit.
Yeah,
but God damn, man, just leave it. Me telling you, Dre, you need to go back and watch this one. You have the Concacaf, right? You have the Concacaf. Go back and watch him the other day in the CC, the Concacaf Champions League. The man do everything right, Mikey, in around 30 minutes. And the man just run down a man around 45 yards, You know when we go back and check Jason? So the man did lick him?
Yeah, man, it's a retaliation.
And the man run for 45 yards, for the lick down the man, Mikey.
Yo, JD,
a yellow card for the so you can go back to check it.
Hey, you just remind me to go back go check something. I need to go cancel my football TV subscription before them charge me $74. So thanks for the reminder there.
Yeah, man, but go and watch it. I tell you, just go back and watch that. So it looks like the man have a problem when you do him something on the field. It's like him, because if him can concentrate. So that means if him can concentrate, him can be a good baller. But the problem is him head does loose after you lick him.
So JD, if we can notice that, the Mexican everybody know that. So the more need elbow. Maybe that's why the guy kick up. That's why the guy need him on side, not to hurt him, but for while him up. Get him get hot under the collar.
Yeah, so now we are learning because we are watching more, we are getting to see it. So people would start get on them skin because I think that them do him a lot of time against America. Every time against America, Damion Lowe expect him to put in a ridiculous challenge because somebody are gonna lick him from early. Because them look at them know over pressing button.
Yeah, them pressing button, yeah. He might have to learn to control that. He need to see a sports side.
Yeah, Umzo, and the highest, I like his energy. I like his energy, what he tries to offer to the teams. Yes, but I think he's a good baller. He's an okay baller for the Concacaf region, but I don't think he's on the top level. Because all of those things needed, you get me. You can't. People dry you out faster. But he has good recovery pace. He did the goal that scored, the first goal that scored. I thought that he misjudged the distance. People don't talk about that. He misjudged the distance and ran out. And that's why Pineda got in between him. And Javian Brown. Javian Brown obviously he was not playing. Clearly, he was not playing because after the second challenge, he was done mentally. When he knew he was done, Mikey balling, a ball came over with him alone. The man, the man there on they are 9 yards away from him. The man had the ball alone. The man could have taken down the ball, and the man just lose it. He have to hit it way, and he come to the corner.
Yeah.
You get me? So I understand what Damion Lowe, why he had to get extra, because he saw that he's not getting any help. But it's tough, man. It's tough. We want a lot. We want a whole heap of player. We want a whole heap of people. I'm very sorry. We want a whole heap of player.
No, but all in all, and the goalkeeper did very well.
Fantastic.
Very, very well. So if we have a replacement or a good backup for Blake, and him going push Blake now. So hopefully we got and the young kid that never make the flight. We have 3 good goalkeeper, right?
Kanaya Boris Clark, yeah.
That never make the flight.
But oh good, wait guys.
Fly, eh?
So Mikey, wait, because last night after I'm done playing, I said Blake can't go and wait too, you know.
No,
Blake can go and wait too, you know. And people say, no, JD, brother, the man passing, him reflex is very good. And at 2 games, I see him under heavy pressure and him deliver. Because one of the ball, you know, well, hit the post and him save it, you know. Him save it, you
Yeah.
know.
Also,
So
I hear people last night kicking him about the ball and go back to Lasagna, the other keeper. They must understand the first time the man playing in Mexico. And the ear is very light. So when he kick the ball, when we used to kick it in whatever the team he play for, it wouldn't reach that far. So he must just adjust how he kick the ball now, so it reached right in between the half line and the 18-yard box to Bowser. So it's a little adjustment. If he was doing it anywhere else, it would be good kicks. But up in a Azteca, it'll go to the goalkeeper. You understand?
The man him wastes more chances than I don't think he wastes more chances than Blake. Remember 28 wasted 28 long ball Blake a kick per game, you know, 28, you know, and 90 minutes having a game, you know. So I don't know if they watch that, you know. But come on, give the youth him credit, man. I think we have good keepers. That's all I was trying to say. We have good keepers. Wanna agree? Wanna think him Jay with that? Him connected to Harborview if you sign him.
Yeah, no. Man, the Pittsburgh River, they believe they're going to step down to Harborview.
No, I'm not saying.
They go up. No. But yeah, I agree. More accurate and Blake more connected to Harborview than him. But yeah, I agree that accurate, more long passes were more accurate than Blake. True thing that.
Yeah.
So you would have put. I think any team what pick nowadays, I think him force himself into the conversation. I'm very sorry. Even with Connor Boys Clark and everyone of them, I think he's gonna force himself in the conversation.
You know what is good, JD? When you have 3 goalkeepers pushing each other, is only good for Jamaica.
Yes,
Mikey, have a problem to pick one.
Mikey, that's the problem. But Mikey, it not go good for YouTube. Because anytime them thing happen, unnecessary war on YouTube. When a 2 Jamaican born, you know, can born in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
We no born in Jamaica too as well. So me no know. The man just come off. We are fight against Blake. We are trying to bring down Blake. But we have to give the youth him credit. The man played 2 games that we came under heavy pressure. And if it weren't for, remember the goal we scored, Mikey. The goal we scoring, him it come from, you know.
Yeah,
the man make a ridiculous save, you know. A ridiculous save, you know.
Bowser touch it. Damion, Jamal Lowe kind of knocks it over to Reid.
Guys.
Reid. What a shot. Hey, let's see him. I just see him kind of ball him score against Suriname, your team in a World
Yeah,
Cup.
man. No matter with my team. Jesus God, oh Lord.
And guys, I know Jamal Lowe would have want the assist, but it's not him touch the ball and it's the defender kick the ball and it go to Bobby Reid, you know. It was his pressure caused the mistake.
It wasn't
Jamal. I don't know why we
tried.
No, he never actually touched the ball or passed it to him. He pressured the defender. The defender couldn't clear it properly, and the ball went to Reid. So I love Jamal Lowe's performance. He worked very hard, but we need to stop saying he got an assist because it was not an assist.
Okay. All right.
Up Dujuan and up everybody in the chat. Massive respect, man. People. We said 3 billion on the likes.
One more thing I want to say about the own goal. You know, as the Mexican goalkeeper caused the own goal.
What you said is Mexico keeper caused the own goal?
Yeah.
No, I think it's
Ethan
Damion
Pinnock
Lowe.
caused the one
Damion
goal.
Lowe and Ethan Pinnock scored the goal. Ethan Pinnock scored the goal. 'Cause
No.
it would have been disallowed.
No, watch it again. The rush, the Mexican goalkeeper pushed Damion Lowe the way, and push him into the ball. And then Ethan Pinnock pushed the defender into the ball, and the ball going in the net.
Yes, so Ethan Pinnock Damion Lowe assist the goal and Ethan Pinnock scored.
Yeah, but no, the goalkeeper assist assist Lowe.
So two assists on the goal. The keeper
3.
and Damion Lowe.
Thank you.
3 and Pinnock too. Yeah.
And Pinnock too. 3 assists.
Yeah, Kevin, yeah, man. Pinnock pushed the player in it, man. They replay it around 40 times.
But before Pinnock pushed the player, the goalkeeper pushed Lowe.
Yes.
And to get him space,
yeah.
So, but yeah, him be pushing, man. If a VAR, they would have cancelled it. You know
penalty.
why?
No, penalty. It was a penalty.
You think him that get penalty on Damion Lowe? You think him that get penalty on Damion Lowe?
Yeah, man. He will push Damion Lowe the way.
I think they would have sympathized with the goalkeeper because
that
the
makes sense. That makes sense, Mikey. Because on the replay when you watch it, Damion Lowe I ring him neck for try even get anything from the ball. I mean, I wonder how him jump so awkward, but I true him get pushed before.
Push, yes.
Yeah, true.
I have to go back and look back at that part because I was fixated on the
Pinnock and Alvarez.
Yeah, because it was a fight from before and through the
and that was the same corner when the ref talked to him and Alvarez.
Yes.
Like right before.
That's what I said. Yeah, because which game this man watch? No, man, Jason Clark, if the man said the keeper push him, we have to go and look. But I know that Pinnock pushed the player. And the commentator said, if this is VAR, like the commentator had looked at the incident, but he never talked about the next incident. But no, that's why it's good to talk with other people on the panel. No, I can go back and look at the Damion Lowe incident with the keeper, Yeah, but it was a good game, man. It's a game that we have to just respect and love, We have to respect and love it. But going forward, like how we look at all the play them yesterday, what do you think the coach are gonna do? We're gonna actually do going forward, like we're gonna set up next time because clearly, the two midfielder was terrible. The two midfielder system was very bad. I thought that they played it through the lines every single time, like we just gave them a free start in the end of the midfield third, in almost going into our defensive third.
Yes.
So
I think
change it forward.
I think going forward, because yesterday I know Mikey was saying 4-3-3, but what I mainly saw happening was a 4-4-1-1 with Bailey being the one behind Shamar, kind of able to do everything.
That's exactly what they were playing.
But I think moving forward, right? If he plans to play more like technicians in the midfield, the player that plays that role behind Shamar needs to be willing to drop back and make a third midfielder.
So Bobby Reid,
or else we're going to be overtaken in midfield all the time.
That is why I said in 4-3 because Bailey wasn't dropping back enough.
No, that's why it remained a 4-4-2.
That's what I make it 4-4-2 then. Yeah,
no.
4-4-1-1.
Yeah, that's why it looks like a 4-4-1.
Because Bobby was dropping back and Lowe was dropping back, but Bailey wasn't dropping as far.
So that means we have to ask the conversation. If Bailey he was roaming, definitely true because I brought that to your attention and said that's why I ended up over the right and lost the ball. So if Bailey are roam, remember, the problem when we make this formation, we get everything right in a game, Jason. We
were concerned with Bailey in that role for that same reason.
Put him in our role here because he's not going to do nothing on the wing side. So we put him here. So we have to have this conversation, going forward. We're gonna tackle this problem because if we put him on the deeper level, he have a problem there because he have a problem there for club as well. And if we put him too high up the pitch, he have a problem there because him lack a work rate. So which part we think we're gonna fit Bailey? Because we don't have the outer. I think we have the outer wing as them, but you continue.
JD, the only way to fix Bailey, is have him plant on the bench 2 games, and that will fix him.
Oh, but that not fix him at Aston Villa. All right.
Performing.
Jay, anyway, what say you? We want Jamaican gonna, cause Jamaican gonna ball, so why you remember saying that? Be a story, man, again, Jay, anyway, what you say?
can't diss the ball and put him on the bench, man. Premier League starter right now, consistently a starter Aston Villa, So we gotta find out what them doing right at Aston Villa for transfer that to the national team and see if we can get the best out of the baller and take advantage of his skill set because he have a certain skill set that not many players in a Concacaf have. Pulisic, we can say Chucky Lozano and Leigh Bailey, consistent similar type of players. They're not fearful of taking on players one-on-one. Most of the time, they win the one-on-one, and they got speed, skill, can take the dead ball, free kick, and penalties if given the chances to, and corner
Jesus,
kicks.
that's with them.
So it's an all-around skill set that you gotta take advantage of and take make the best out of them. Because right now, you gotta look at what we have. Kaheem Paris, Leigh Bailey. Do we have Adamari Gray that's gonna push Leigh Bailey coming in, or would they play both of them at the same time and put one on the left, one on the right?
I think if Damari Gray comes, I think you could see him. They might try the two of them first, but I think when you see what you get from Shamar Nicholson, because Shamar Nicholson is a wing forward as well, naturally, and him up him game, nobody. I think you could see a way if Michail Antonio comes in, you have Shamar Nicholson, Michail Antonio, and Damari Gray playing in a three up front and Bailey in the field for the work rate. I tell you would have that, man. So, yeah, but
remember, let's get back to the question where you asked about the same formation going forward. I believe depending on the opponents and where they're playing, the formation will be changed tactically. I believe in this coach and I see him doing stuff like that going forward. So don't get consistently relaxed to see this 4-4-2 formation all the time. I think he did that out of strategic influences last night against the Mexican team in the Azteca. So don't look forward to it playing all the time.
Okay. Let me bring in Jamaican Guna. Jamaican Guna, what say you? Because we want to have, I think we can have this conversation respectfully. Today it went overboard. Big war start for unnecessary reasons. Yes. So guys, just smash the like button. We're not this no player. We are trying to have it sensible. We're not war. So please, the war about them, don't comment in the chat. All right. Yes. So Jamaican Guna.
Yeah. Well, as it relates to my baller, which is Bailey, as I fairly said, I don't think he played well. I ask himself, I'm guaranteeing that being a professional player, they know when they do well. They operate in a professional environment in which they know that they're competing against another player who's playing in their position or even out of their position. They're competing for game time. He's playing in the top league in the world, so obviously he's gonna know this. He's gonna know when he performs well. So these players mark themselves harder than even we mark them. So he knows that he's not. He knows that he could have done better last night, So the point that I'm making is that when it comes to what do we need to do in order to get him, I honestly, we have options, but because of as I said last night, the only thing that I can say contributed to in real life is the fact that he kept pulling players away. So when he make a run, two players go with him. When he have the ball, two players are try to circle him. So that kind of take out a extra player. Remember, when we're talking about the full player, we're talking about Mexican players who know tactical football. And he was able to do that last night to free up space for other players to come in. So I think that contribution, it might seem ineffective or it might seem like it not do nothing, but in a reality, in a real world, in a football, if you are a player, you can take out two players out one side, it help your side. You know what I mean? So that is what he do last night, effectively. And I think his tactical nose is gonna because as I say, he's playing in the top league in the world. I'm gonna dare say from was a rocks. So him there so and as a local boy, you still have to be fair. He wasn't one of our best players last night, and that is just a fair comment. No matter what no man wants to say, no man can say Jamaican go na eight be like I know them. Most people know some my baller that, so them can't come say me 8 the baller. But if a player doesn't perform well, you yourself as a fan have to come out and say the player doesn't perform well, because I'm 100% certain that the player himself is gonna say that about himself, because he's gonna mark himself harder than even you can mark him. You know what I mean? So that is for one. Next thing now, Kaheem Paris. I was surprised that he didn't come on last night.
For who?
For Bailey.
For Bailey. Or anybody, or Damion Lowe, I think
Yeah,
he
I was
come
surprised
out.
he didn't come on last night.
We can't call this man every time and not playing him. You know, we
Yeah,
need
me
to
did
see.
want him come on. I think his pace would have been a problem for the Mexican team. Because he's a very pacey player. I think he would have caused problems for them. But the coaches, we have to trust the coach. He's seen things that we're not able to see. He's seen the players. He know what he wants to do. If there comes in any players that want to take, we can play other. We have a lot of players who, as I said, are tactically more skill. We're not talking about JPL players now. We're talking about players who are playing, they're traded in big leagues now. And so we have players who can adjust. Bobby Reid can play cam if needs be. Bobby Reid can drop back and play a right wing back if you're playing 5 at the back. Bobby Reid can play in central midfield if needs be. Bobby Reid can play even striker because he's done all of that for his team and has excelled at each position. The last time he played striker, I score. So you know what I mean? We're talking about people who are tactically good enough. Because we're not talking about no local bush league ball, we're talking about Jamaica having some big top ball at our disposal. So we can, and if you look at our team, I would say, we remember, JD, I've always said this. If you look at Jamaica's players, as it relates to players versus players, we're supposed to be performing way better in Concacaf than we are right now.
Yes, we agree on that.
Because if you look at players versus players, bro, I don't think we're inferior to Costa Rica in terms of player versus players. No, I think we're better players than Costa Rica.
We think we just dropped lower than Canada, but we are not far.
Just a little bit, not far behind. Canada may have like maybe what 3 elite players. David.
No, they have more than. But the highest players they have 2 or standout high player, David and Davis.
David and Davis, right? And I think Lauren is up there too.
And Buchanan.
Yeah, and Buchanan is up there too. So them about 3-4 players. But look at Jamaica side, bro. How much we have? We have Michail Antonio. We have Leigh and Bailey. We have Bobby Reid. We have Ethan Pinnock. That's 4.
Yeah, but their overall rounded team is a little bit better than our team.
Right. Thank you very much. And that's down to what play. That's down. I'm trying to show you the argument that when it comes to players versus players, Jamaica is right up there. Our problem is that team versus team. That's where we get beaten.
Because this team is a new team and Canada team playing together now for 5 years. The same Canadian team. And the Costa Rican team have played together for about 40 years.
Mikey, they added players.
But the main core of the players are there.
Yes, the big stars, the David and Davis and the Lauren, they were there before. But John Steins and those guys, they valued 50,000, and now they are millions of dollar players. You understand me? They all came in the team after. So recruitment is important. So Jamaica has the good base. So Jamaica, if you take a leaf out of Canada book and just go out to patch the rest of them players fast and do things outside the FIFA window. So you know when FIFA window comes back, they're ready. But Jamaica is up there. I agree with Jamaica going up because that's what I said today. They are up there with everybody, and it's a disgrace Jamaica never qualify. You understand me?
Yeah, definitely. I agree 1,000%, JD. But I want to hear you break it down still a couple days ago. Me hear you break it down and say, bro, it really was to pull in the players them, because, bro, moving forward, and I didn't touch on it earlier on, but let me just do it now. It's these JPL players them, where they're keeping a local camp and all of that, and it's all good and well. But these JPL players, I don't think I see 5 JPL players that should be in Jamaica's side right now. I don't see 5 JPL players. If you're good enough, you're gonna leave the JPL and go play in some other league overseas. Because the JPL is just not it. It's a semi-professional league. We're operating in a professional environment. 99%, all of our players coming in are professionals.
I have a question for you guys. What to see first? You don't think him can make this team?
I think he should be called still, if you ask me. That's my opinion. I think he should have been called and have a look at it.
Look at the makeup of the squad. I mean, you have to drop someone. You can't just add him. So every time we have this argument, we take
not necessarily
who he would replace.
No. Not necessarily. You don't have to necessarily drop anybody, bro. What we're looking at, as we said, we're operating in professional environments with these players that we have at our disposal. So we're not talking about a man who's stuck in a one position and can't do nothing else. We're talking about Leigh and Bell used to be at Leverkusen and playing left back.
Yeah, but Guna, again, just as a from the coaches and the picking perspective, if you're saying Cephas should have been there, you would have to not have someone there. So I'm saying, who would you not have there?
In this current in the current squad now,
Yeah, in the team we just took to
we
Mexico.
just play.
Yeah.
Who would I not call? I mean, bro, you can't. That's hypothetical. You can't. A player can be injured and whatever call him in, man. Me not talk about what that the squad got yesterday.
So
Not talk about moving forward.
No one would disagree that Cephas needs to be in the pool. But again, Mikey's question was deeper than that. He actually asked, could Cephas be in this 23?
In this 23, we just play yesterday.
Yes.
Let me see this. Let me see. Maybe
I'm on put in the chat. Lambert can drop out Lambert.
No, I don't think. Maybe drop out Lambert.
Lambert still in Lambert.
No, I don't think. Bro, we need more central defensive midfielders.
I know, but I just say what I'm on put in the chat.
Yeah, we need more. Actually, we need Lambert is the only one.
My response to that is we're missing that skill set that Lambert bring. So I can't cost the coach for putting him on the team, even if he didn't play. At least we know there's a body there.
Yeah, at least we know that there's somebody there just in case we need a tackler in the Leigh Park, which I think we needed last night still. But I think why the coach in the play was maybe experience or passing quality, because he can break up play. Lambert can break up play, but maybe his passing isn't that.
Yes, in passing off.
The coach want, right? In passing off. So that's what the coach is looking at.
One second, guys. Before
sorry, they have a skill set, man. Stop going.
1 second, guys. We posted a video. We posted a picture about Lambakise, and he puts a like on it. So if you're on Instagram, just go on the Imaxit or Imaxit and just really drop a like on it or comment. Because it only shows you that the guys them really appreciate what we're doing for them. You get me? So there's definitely go under the video, the picture for Lambakisa and put a like on it. All right? Yeah, because he puts a comments there, and like he's grateful for it. He realized that, because this is a part to show that people appreciate them coming here, so that can help motivate other players as well.
I have a next question. Do you think Ravel is on his way out on the way to the bench on this team? Because Ravel was kind of lost in that game also. And Daniel Johnson, those two midfielders kind of wasn't in the game as much as the others.
I think it's unfair. It's unfair for us to do that. You know why? Because we put them in two positions that they don't play. You understand me? And then they don't have any screen behind them. So if you give them the right tool, then you can cost them. So if you give them a defensive central or our next deep line playmaker, one of them advances in the attacking midfielder role, then they could judge them based on my take still. That's just from my take. What others says? Jane, what you say on that question?
All right, so bringing in Cephas wouldn't mean dropping a central midfielder. It would be dropping one of the wingers, one of the attacking players. And Paris is playing at a higher level than Cephas, and that's how I'm going to judge it, the levels where you're playing at. And with that said, I still would have keep Paris in a 25-man squad. I could see Cephas coming in. But if you can't play Paris in this 23-man squad with the same amount of substitutions, are you gonna play Cephas in a 25-man squad? What would he be coming for? Just to make up numbers?
Maybe coming around, getting the training, because sometimes we just jump and say they don't play. The reason why I complain about Kaim Paris not playing is because it's so much games, and I don't see why they keep calling him. And I know that he has some skill set that could have caused problems. But if he
came on against Argentina, though.
Yeah, but no. We want to put him on a real game, Jason. we want to put him on a real game.
You want to see him in a Gold Cup, Nations League.
So we want to see him. When we know, say, and this is our league, and him can do something. So we see what he's all about. So if someone else to take the place, we let go of him or something for now, But if we keep calling him back and giving him the little cameos, yeah. But for Cephas now, anyway, I think the extra education to come around the team is good for him. You know, because I think he's overseas and he's learning, and I like the way he talks. So bringing him in the team because he's doing something. So we are not just picking him because we just want to pick a player. No, he's doing something. So give him that little time, and then if he gets some game time, he gets some game time. But if he does not get it over one game, I would not ball. But if it goes to 3-4 game selection and you don't play him, then I would have to ask some questions.
Keep in mind, the Gold Cup squad gonna be higher in numbers. I think it's 26, if I'm not
26
correct.
or 7. 26 or 7,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. But keep in mind, we also have 3 players that we would have rather see in the squad over Cephas. Remember, say there's players like Antonio, there's players like Amari'i Hutchinson, and then for the Gold Cup, a lot of people gonna say they rather see Whisper in the squad than Cephas.
Stop
So
push
keep that in
Whisper.
mind.
Whisper not ready yet.
So, who a lot of people, Jane, with that? Which people are football man say that, Jane, with that? Me not talk about a lot of people, them, where you say you have for your TikTok, you know? Them lot of people in the account.
People, by the way, now 10,000 people over the TikTok yesterday. Now, people, TikTok very festive, you know. So when I get a chance, I'm gonna check out the TikTok after JD show, though. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself.
We're gonna come over. We're gonna come
So
over
hold on there. So hold on. Let me ask a question, right? So let's be a little bit controversial. If the choice was to come up for pick if there was only 2 players that could, one player fighting for 2 players fighting for one spot, and those 2 players were Cephas and Whisper, who would you pick?
Cephas.
All right, you would pick Cephas. Who would the coach pick? Who would the coach look at? Who did the coach have in his camp for weeks every time he been calling camps? Remember, keep that in mind.
The man are playing a professional league. The man are playing a professional league. The man are playing a professional league. So the man couldn't left come to Jamaica to come up on trials. The reason why one could have gone there because he's not playing football. That is the difference. You understand me? So you cannot, this is the next man not being available.
JD, let me say something to Dre. Dre, when you see Whisper dribble down Calabar and Woolmers and Reid, they might dribble down 14-year-old and 15-year-old, you know.
You know what? I also see Whisper dribbling down TNT international team
going the
in
wrong
Manchester inside National Stadium, Kingston.
Dribble down the team. Dre, stop the chat rubbish, no man.
Jesus, man, come on, man.
Remember that now. Wanna say Whisper a player with the national team versus TNT. So I haven't seen Cephas play with the national team in this coach's setup yet.
I saw Cephas playing in Europe. I saw Cephas playing in Europe. So Dre, stop the foolishness. Stop this.
Cephas play Champions League qualifier and score.
Champions League
Europa
qualifier.
League and score.
So why people who wicked, you know?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I never watched Cephas play a game yet. Only when them play Jamaica Premier League versus Harbourview. Yeah.
You never watched Cephas play a game since him go overseas?
No, I haven't seen him play a game. Let me be honest.
So Dre, it wouldn't be better if you just said, guys, me not really know the player, so me not comment.
No, I seen him play versus Harbourview for Onyx Gardens, and he's a player head down, dribbling to goal and uses speed.
All right,
head down, dribbling to goal, uses speed.
All right, so let me just clear up this, because Sugarman in the chat said, why not bring in non-international windows? You cannot bring players that are tied to FIFA registered leagues. All right, official leagues. So Cephas would not be qualified, just like Kaim Paris. So that's why they played all sorts of Jamaicans around the team to get them in there and get a few other guys from the U21s on releases. So just understand, the guy is bigger than what you're saying. Cephas cannot play the Manning Cup today. He's going to score 60,000 million zillion goals. It's not real. So get people, we need to stop disrespect real football. All right, so people in the chat say, yo, we no mad, I based off bias. We are say Cephas. People don't actually watch the player play.
Not all that, JD. Somebody said about Craig Butler and me in the chat. Anyway, for those people in the chat, I know Craig Butler from Craig Butler 10. Me and him play for Medieval together. I mean, play on the under 13 team. I was on the under 19 team. So Craig Butler, I'm your friend. So if Craig not do me nothing, I tell him the truth. Whisper is a good player and a potentially going to be Jamaica's future. right? But right now, this league, this international thing right now is bigger than him right now. Maybe in 2 years' time, he'll be there. But for right now, you have mature players playing in professional leagues who play against big man day in, day out. Not 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds.
And me, I'm going to even go one further. Why am I going to say in a 2 year, maybe it's going to be fee man, when the next man is already, 2 man is already further in a Europe or play better in a Europe now, and we don't even know if this guy is going to be, maybe this guy is just going for a U21 and we don't know what happened. So
that's what's a potentially, JD.
Yeah, but what about the man we're dead already? Why we keep on not having respect for the people we're already dead? Than the next person where I got there, I wouldn't even know what happened. We didn't even know what the person gonna play. No, it's a fair question to ask. Why is it we are giving the key to one man when they're going away?
We're not giving the key, JD. We're saying potentially good. When be a Jamaica team in 2 years' time, which is
go on team. Okay. Oh no! I thought you said he's gonna be the top man for the team, like the next Leigh and Bailey. Automatic.
No. I said no. He's got potential to be in Jamaica team in 2025.
Okay. Sorry. I got it wrong because that's what confused me. Like, why is the next man them that already there doing something?
You know why? You know what is very interesting though. People just use name brand. He signs for Chelsea and that's it. As if they think he's just gonna walk in Chelsea first team. And next season he's the starting forward for a side like Chelsea. Not knowing that Chelsea is a team that notoriously buys young players, loan them out, put them in a loan system till them develop, and then basically loan them out, sell them after a while. That is basically what them known for. Okay? So let's not get it twisted. We not say the baller is not a good baller, but let's just taper our expectations a little bit and just give the ball a time and room for develop and grow. That is it.
Him just 17. Don't push him.
Yeah, just give the youth time and but put too much pressure on the youth and
the coach
just
tell
give
you
the
the
man
same
time.
thing, brethren. The coach tell you the same thing. Him not putting the pressure upon the young man. Make him go to Chelsea and develop him game a little more, lift some weights to get stronger, kick the ball harder, smarter on and off the ball. And maybe in 2025, in the potential, him is in the Jamaica squad. And not say I'm going to start, but I'm going to say him in the squad. Okay. Maybe in the World Cup squad too.
And I heard they going after Jaden Anthony. That make it worse. Who see if I go get picked over? Okay, if Jaden Anthony come in, obviously that's a bigger pool. And me asking a question, Mr. Drink Trumps, that makes me a dunce. I'm asking a question, and I kind of 100% know that I know football more than you. So, and that's why I'm asking it, because I prefer not to even go into the next part. I will just ask the question because I want to hear what people picking. So the first thing is, in a conversation, if you attack a man, that tell you that you're limited, and I think you might be the dunce. You understand me? Yeah. So focus on the argument. Attack the argument. That's part of education.
Let me answer a question. The man just put name Brando, just put that thing, say most of Manning Cup players are not 14 and 15. Most of Manning Cup players average age is about 15 because it's mostly fifth farmers play. Not many of them go to sixth farm, which put them to 17, 18, 19. So the average age of a Manning Cup player is about, and that plays about 15, maybe 15 and a half. Am I wrong, sir?
No, you're not wrong. 50 from 15 to maximum 17.
16 but the average age overall is about 15 to 16.
That's most of them probably 16.
Right, because most of them leave school in fifth farm at the age of 16. Not many of them go to sixth farm. So therefore, that answer your question.
And all the 18-year-old them go play for JC.
No, Shaman, we're not answering no negative comments. I just said attack the argument because we want everyone to get involved. So put out something that we can answer to.
When you say 18-year-old, some of the 18-year-olds you see playing in Manning Cup, them in 5, them in class, what you call it? Them in 11S, that means 11 sports. Like we do a Calabar. Man, repeat FIFA mal 3 times, so I'm getting 11 sports. I like me tell Dre.
Can't speak for the other school, them. No, I will must know I can't speak for you now. I'm not go on an era circle, you know.
But guys, remember they are all Jamaican players, so we're just at the same time, we having this conversation and let you learn how much other players Jamaica truly have, because I promise you guys never knew that Whisper was in that position that you guys said. You knew that part, but you never knew the other part of the Cephas them and everybody else. So why are you going to take away the persons them when we're bringing them to you? Why you don't take the time to go and educate yourself and the players, then come back and have the conversation? That's the problem. You understand me? This channel, you know why this channel always strive? Because any sensible human being worldwide can understand that we are trying to seek to get some information. You understand me? We're not trying to attack it from a point of the bullyism thing because I think it works a lot. The bullyism thing and the name does name. So we're not going to come on here and say that, because Leon Daly is a Leon Daly, Pinnock is Pinnock, them off a start. We are checking the condition, what the player them used to, and everything before we attack it. You understand me? So when we talk about Whisper and others, it's not because we hate them. They're all Jamaican players, and if we want Jamaica to win, we're going to check the one that can tick more boxes. All right, and I think that Cephas would tick more boxes than him right now, because this man is over there learning more. All right, and he did what he did in Jamaica as well. All right, in a higher league than the Manning Cup. So why should I be here lying to people? That makes no sense. You get me? So if the man will get a chance, him get a chance. Period.
If most kids enter high school at 12, therefore when them graduate, them is 16 going 17. So the 16-year-old them playing Manning Cup and graduate in fifth form or grade 11. In my time it was fifth form, now it's grade 11. And most kids don't go to sixth form because sixth form don't get about 15% of the graduating class, if that much.
Yeah.
So people, let me tell you this: Whisper is a good player for his age, outstanding player for his age. But I don't think him can angle this professional, this international big man league. You understand? And you put him here, it can break him. Make him play in age group and develop himself.
But look at this, Mikey. You know, the other day when I'm watching Costa Rica playing,
mm-hmm.
and I saw Costa Rica blooded in your younger players. You realize that they did it.
Yeah.
They did it from the U20s. Then they bring them on the back of last year, and then now they're almost like full-fledged international players.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it was showing out young players. We said Costa Rica was old. But when we take a stock of be a 19 and 18-year-old, maximum 23, come on. You understand me? So, but they are professionals. They're already in the system and doing their things for a long time. And they had starred. They never was just no big part player of nothing. They are evolving over and over. So why is it we just... You go ahead.
Well, wait, this guy here, now, what name? This guy said 5 years from 12 is 17, not 15, 16. My friend, Manning Cup is played in September. When you're 17, therefore you're going up into the summer. So therefore you'll be closer to 17, but Manning Cup play in from September to December. So therefore you're 16. Not 17 yet. You're 16 going 17. You're not 17 yet, my friend. Okay? So do your maths properly. I know that Manning Cup is not played from May to August. It plays from September to December. So if you start school at 12 in September, therefore, when you finish school, graduate, you are 16. And in the September coming, you'll be 17. So therefore, more likely be in sixth form or out of school. Them man do them math, they never go to high school at Jamaica. And some people start high school at 10 and 11. Depends on how bright you are.
Real Baller, we heard it. But tell you what, Real Baller, I am a YouTube. I do YouTube videos. I am not mixed up in these things. Real Baller. I told you that I'm not enough persons them on YouTube. I could never get called in those categories ever. I've talked about it before a lot of times on my channel. You understand me? Yes, and I'm not that type of personnel, so I will never get called in that. You know. Yeah, but I thought it was kind of distasteful, to be honest.
Where this madman come from? He might take Whisper over Burke and Bowser. JD, have you ever bounce when the man from says make some comment? And
No,
him have cataract picture upon him, Joe Brian have cataract picture.
well, believe me, you know, how much money people take for push propaganda in Jamaica, you know. So it's rough, you know. It's
Hold
rough.
on.
I need to know, you know?
Mark Joe Brian, could Whisper do what Bowser do yesterday? Pull up the ball them way there?
Not in a million year, because one is not as strong as the next one. I just think people, everything we describe about the two players, them see it yesterday, they would not come back and say, oh damn, JD, you guys, what you broke down about the players, you know. That's exactly what we saw. And they don't come back and say those things. They just forget about it and move to the next propaganda. You understand?
Listen, maybe in 2, 3, 4 years time, Whisper can do what Bowser do. Believe me, he's going to get there, but he's not there yet. Don't force the man to in places that can break him.
And Mike, here the next thing. A year ago, we were cussing that Bowser can't hold up the ball.
Yes.
So it's learn, the man learn in this professional setting to do them.
In Russia. In Russia.
Yes.
Russia still there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's still in Russia.
Yeah.
So people need to go places to play football. So I don't know why they believe a kid that not play football professionally, none at all, are going to know more than everybody where they are for in 3-4 years. You understand me? We clearly saw that we are behind the 8 ball already as Jamaican players because we don't play football all year round. We don't play it. Even the academy, them where you think them not play enough games, they're not doing enough to really go up to the speed. Kingston Academy, I try, but I don't even think them are doing enough as well. Them are doing the same standard, because the man from Kingston Academy that's trying to play the most games, he came here and said the same thing. So why you think that we are going to be why you think this player will be more developed than anybody else that's already overseas for 4 years, 5 years? It's not going to happen, people. So we have to just trust the process, let the people learn, because right now I still believe that Bailey have a lot of learning to do. Bailey, being a professional for a while, still have a lot of learning to do, in my estimation.
Well,
JD,
I'm gonna give you an example.
That point about learning, right? Just before you go, Guna, just really
Yes.
fast. In the first half, Chucky Lozano was having a field day on Javane Brown. In the second half, Lembekisa comes on and shuts him down 1-on-1. But what does Lozano do? This is where the mental side of the game is paramount to success. Chucky Lozano did not keep beating a dead drum. The man stopped trying to beat Lembekisa 1-on-1 and used his teammates to beat Lembekisa. You see him
Thank you
start
very much.
popping up
Very,
on the
very
right
good
side.
point.
You see
Very
him
good
start popping
point.
up on the right side through the
Them
middle
double up on Lamba around there. Very good point, my bro.
Yes, and so he said, okay, this guy is a different opponent than the first half guy. I will need to use different movements and different strategy to get past this guy. Leon Bailey would have continued to try to beat the same guy over and over and over. And that is why when he's playing for Villa, he doesn't last the 90 minutes very long, because in a game, the teams are tactically changing by the minute. And Bailey is not seeing the changes being made fast enough, so the coach has to take him off the field. So it's not Bailey's talent that's the problem, guys. It's his ability to see the information that's going on the field and adjust what he's doing to combat the situation. That is what is holding back Bailey. That is what his next step of development will be. Can I change how I want to play to be effective for my team? You can't be a one-trick pony on the field, and that is what getting him out.
It's called football IQ.
And it has to develop over time. So, and
Yeah,
that's exactly.
it's called football IQ. Okay, so listen, the point that I was trying to make, and you make a very important point, bro. No joke. But listen to the point I'm trying to make. Look, we had a prodigy from the Manning Cup that everybody was calling for. His name was Magee, right? Tyreek Magee.
Yeah, Magee,
he went overseas, and when he went overseas, he did some interviews back in Jamaica, and he said, boy, may I learn. I learn. Okay? So he was here playing football, but he didn't learn a lot of stuff. He went over there and started learning. I've heard interviews with Shamar Nicholson, who's a very honest person when I do interview and talk it straight. Shamar said, brother, I when me reach a find me, I learn. I've heard interviews with Ricardo Fuller. He said, when me reach a find me, start learn. What were they learning in foreign that they weren't learning here? It wasn't to play football, was it? Because them know to play ball down. So what they made I learn? So that is the question we need to ask. Leave the youth, make the youth take him time and develop properly. He's got a lot to learn. He's got older play to learn. He's got how to break a defender, or to figure out if a defender use him left foot or which one I'm side of the weaker side for turn pan. All of these things him have to go learn with experience. Give the youth him time, make him learn, bro.
You already chatter said. Wait till him go overseas and we're gonna swallow what we are saying.
So I'm gonna stop learning when him go overseas? Because me have to learn, you know. So tell me when me I gonna say which different from now. Him go overseas and 2 years from now, I'm still have to go learn, you know.
But JD,
hold on, Mikey. Hold on, Mikey. Yeah. One second, Mikey. That what them just saying make no sense because then that we just tell them same for the do. For go overseas or learn, so it makes sense.
And that like JD, we're supposed
JD, stop arguing, man, and roll up a blood pressure. Go to the logical conclusion. What we are saying is he should learn. What's the opposite of learning? Not learning.
No, but the man I said wait till him go overseas. So no go.
Okay, so what me I say is when him go overseas, we are saying he should continue and learn. What is his point? He must wait till him go overseas. What? He must go unlearn? He must go stop learn? No, he must go continue learn. We're gonna be proven right. So how we're gonna be proven wrong?
So I understand. I think
bro, just break it down to the logical. You ever watch a show? You have two comedians when named Key and Peele. I don't know if nobody watch them. One of them write the movie where Get Out. Right. Yeah. Them man, they do comedy skits. I say them comedy skits, them bring things to them logical conclusion. So if it starts out from away, it'll only get worse. So if we're here saying that the baller should them forgive the baller space, make the baller learn him trade, look more, give him look a room, make the baller pressure him too much, the baller put the whole nation hope on this little youth, give you time to learn. What is gonna happen in 2 years that's gonna change? In 2 years' time, I'm gonna learn everything about football, or in 2 years' time, I'm gonna learn nothing at all. I'm gonna stop learning. Because we're talking about progression, you know. So what is this commenter talking about? Bring his comment to the natural conclusion. In 2 years' time, what is going to happen? Is it going to be the extreme to one side, which is that he might know everything about football, or it will be the extreme to the other side, which he might know nothing about football, or it's going to be what we are here saying. He's going to learn.
So Stefan, sorry about that, but we never single out any comment. It's just those are the three comments running because they're literally saying the same thing that we're saying and not even knowing, but they're just trying to direct it to a negative side that we saying a negative because they're saying, oh, wait till him go overseas and prove same can make it. But no, you know what you're gonna use. You're not gonna stand up on them laser ball eyeball and you never move a foot to make it. You're gonna go there and try out and then make it. So that's exactly what we were talking about, going over there and learn. So all I'm saying is God, Joe Grind and Algae, you're not saying we're not saying nothing of no negative and now bust the youth. And that we are saying the same thing as what you're saying.
Who started this whole thought process that the only place a Jamaican player can learn is in the damn national team? Who started this?
The owner of these players.
Because everybody's saying, you know, the youth can learn from him coach and from him thing. So you believe when him go to Chelsea, they're going to sit him on the couch and him not playing a football?
But that's what we're saying. But look here, the man that start this thing, all of his players got sold without they played in the national team. You realize that? All of his players got sold by not in the national team. That's how they are. But yes, still the national team is so much important. It's not necessary, man. You have the contract already. That's a good start. Go there, do what you're doing. As what the man them touch, football in IQ is very much important. You realize the same thing that Jason said. It's the same thing that happened to Whisper in the actual JC. Was it JC or KC?
Kasey.
It was Kasey game. The same thing happened to Kasey game. So what you realize there, maybe it's something that they need to learn. So make the man go overseas. Daily said that every time you get a chance, just go overseas and work and improve yourself. And he's from that same camp. So he never wanted to run international team, even though his coach talk like that. He's saying that he has to keep on further himself over in Europe and try to get better. Because he wants the most experience to see if he can maximize his chances with the national team, you know. And obviously, it's still going hard for him. So it's not easy, guys, man. It's not easy. So when you see the other guys them come in and score goals and do certain things,
JD, let me tell you what I'm very disappointed and sad about this, that last year that he wasn't on an under 20 squad. Just to see him go up against some other, those kids on under 20 team. And I think Jamaica did them a disservice by not
And
allowing him to
Mike
play an under
Ballen,
20
even
squad.
Mike Ballen, that is big questionable because we pull up the under 20 squad and we show you all of the players them. And remember, we just bring out one of the players them out of it. Look, we have Zion Scarlett, we have Zion Scarlett, we have
Jamari.
Big Bad Clark, and we have the speedster what we just brought in. Everybody said them see the speedster for 1 second and them impressed with the speedster. So he's not a bad signing. Jamari Clark was the highest goal scorer for Jamaica, so he's not a bad signing. Zion Scarlett did score for Jamaica and him just signed a contract. For maybe a 2-year contract. So clearly his team. Let me Columbus Crew.
Okay.
He signed a 2-year contract.
Yeah, he signed a next pro and a pro contract. Yeah.
So
but
everybody
I'm saying,
I'm just trying to go through and give you the facts, and then look how you look at it after. If you get the facts in it, you look at everything different,
Okay.
Because so the only man you ever take him out for are who? The one who played at Mount Pleasant. The one where
Devante Stewart?
No, not man. Devante
Campbell. Yeah.
Devante Campbell, you had to take him out for because Devante Campbell's standard drop. Joe Grind, you're talking about Bossa youth and the whole of the youth them are the same age. So what that makes sense, and the whole of them come from Jamaica. So which you just want to boss a specific youth for you. And that's a problem. No, we are see Joe Brian. You get me? So
I never know
in reality, still we're here to speak about the broader spectrum of the match yesterday. It was a good draw for the team, and me no want there to talk about no one player who is not even in the squad. You see,
we're talking about other players because we're educating other people so them can done this conversation forever. Jamaican Guna, because we talk about the other players them we play in the team what they are doing. You understand me? So it's not like them sit down in Jamaica and they've never played football again in their life. They have contracts and they have things going their way. So it's not like they're garbage players. So we can't even say this under 20 omission was an omission. The other players them doing things as well. You get me? And the coach decided that this is the way it's gonna go. So as you said, Jamaica good, let me move on, but at least they can actually trek. So what we realize in the chat is boss which youth. Their problem is boss the youth what them want is not any other Jamaican people. So love Jamaica and not love one man. I don't not love man in general. You get me? That's the problem. Straight up. You get me? Just love Jamaica, man. Straight up. And that's what I'm going to finish it there and we'll move on to the next part of the conversation. But that was a good one. That was a good one because we brought up other kids that I saw doing well. Lambakisa came up. Lambakisa never played. Lambakisa went to Wolves. Did his thing, make a first team appearance, come back to Jamaica impressed. You know why? Because he was educated. He was educated down the line to be a better person. Look at Javin Brown struggled. He never came out there and make Javin Brown problem became his problem, Jason. He could have easily well done that, But he learned from what Javin Brown doing because he got some reports on what Javin Brown doing. And he came out there and instead of backing off from the player, he rushed to the player.
Got in his face.
To close the space. And
didn't let him build up any momentum to take him on,
Yes, know that I am strong and I am fast too as well and I can tackle. So you have to dismantle me in that that small space to get around me. We are not Coleman. We are talking about the game. We just talk about the game itself. And show you what education in football does. All right. Yes. And so we come back straight to the conversation. If you are following it, we come back straight to it. You get me? So it's football and education, man. So we should be pushing these young kids to educate themselves in football so they can repeat the process over and over.
Man, them big up on yourself, JD, big up on yourself, Panelists, big up on yourself. Yo, big up on yourself.
All right,
take the work, still.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, man. So that's what we want. Most of these kids coming in, we want them to keep on educating themselves. So the young kid that just went back, the forward guy, he goes back. Splat, I heard Splat, experience and what he said. You can realize that he's going to keep on improving himself. His decision was not clear, to be honest. Like what he in terms of selection, his decision never sound. JD, is only foreign football education there? No, deal. It's not only foreign, but definitely it's way higher in foreign than Jamaica. Deal. Because the person that is actually doing the football education in Jamaica, telling you that the education in Jamaica is low. The person that's doing it, he comes on the channel always, and he's trying to educate them now. So educate the educators now. So deal, yes. Yes, it's only foreign. It in terms of football education, yes, it's only foreign it there to the level that you want to go at the highest level. That's what I would say. Yes, right now. But the JFF trying their best to get it up there, but they themselves said the same thing. And it proved, because every time we complain, we say we don't have this coach, we don't have that coach, we don't have that quality coach. You understand me? So the facts are the facts. It's not, we can't feel bad about it. Like, we attack it and change it. So yes, it's only foreign football education there, but we are trying to get it in Jamaica now. But hold on, Jason, everybody didn't say that. Mr. Butler didn't say that. Mr. Butler said the coach of the field at Jamaica. So the people what you guys supporting said the same thing. So why
and,
we have,
and also
you know,
and furthermore from that, we have you know, heard players that have been developed predominantly in Jamaica. When they go overseas and then they talk to anyone from Jamaica, they say the same thing.
Yes.
We were at a disadvantage the first day of training because half the things the coach talking about we never even know. So it's a thing deal. It's not that we want to say Jamaica can't educate the players, but it has been proven that the way we educate them is at a lower standard than how they would be educated overseas somewhere else. And even somewhere else in the Caribbean islands and the Concacaf. Because when you see these players, look at the Trinidad players that came the other day, mostly local, and look at how they pass and move. There's something that they're teaching them that is not connecting with our players, and it's clear to see. It is clear to see.
But Jason, we cannot say it's not connected to our players, because remember, we just gone to Trinidad. We never even have that level of education as yet. We just went to Trinidad, and we are going to try to give them the information now, because we just did the few guys in Trinidad, right? So we never even have that level of education as yet. We just got that. So these are the facts. We just got that level of education as well. So we just don't have it. So the one thing you can say, give yourself credit or give Jamaica credit, we did it without the education for a long time. You understand me? Yes, but now they are trying to educate the entire country on football. You get me? Yeah. But you're right, Jason.
JD, Jamaican players that play in the JPL in Jamaica are very skillful players. One-on-one, yeah, but they're not tactical, and that's what they need to learn. When it comes to skill, endless strength, endless speed, but them not football smart. And that's where they need to go to the classroom and learn that. So when them go overseas, them pick up the ball, dribble on the wing, boom, square, but nobody in the box. Because they never look up and wait for the player to come, you know. So that is why when we go overseas to these clubs, we are behind the 8 ball, because these guys know them have to wait to the forward, to the team, catch up to them and wait. You understand me? And that's where we have to, that's where in the JPL, maybe they're doing it now, the coach will tell the players, listen, if you alone have the ball up top, I mean, look up, it's just no, you don't see none of your teammates in the box. You can't square it.
Deal is not the culture. It's not the culture. We just never have it at the time. Maybe financial. They said the JFF had a lot of money problems. Go back and research to the 80s, and you realize. I think it's twined up with JFF and the money problems, so they couldn't get to spend the money in more things. You know, so it's a long thing going back. But they said they are trying to fix it now. Yeah. So give them the opportunity, deal, to fix it now. So in the future, you will see more coaches with more B license or C license from Trinidad, and then academies will have more license and everything. So it will get better. And now academies will have more license. It's getting better. It's getting better.
The thing about Jamaica too is that when you have these 14-year-olds and 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds playing, the coach is not coaching them to learn football. The coach is coaching them to win the championship. There's a difference. You understand me? If you're teaching the kids to play football tactically and everything, but the whole idea is about to win the trophy. So You understand me? And when we have a little player that is very skillful, we'll big him up like him is the best thing since sliced bread. And when him go overseas, go play, get a little tryout, him go overseas and him do the same thing he was doing in Jamaica, and the coach don't want him. The team don't want him. So we have to teach our players that, yeah, it's nice to be skillful and everything, but you have to be also smart. And that's where we're missing. Jamaica is missing the football smarts. We have talented players in Jamaica. You know. Every time you see them in a Manning Cup, you see them all over the place. But when it comes to teamwork, we don't have that because we can't put 10 passes together. Because we pass the ball and stand up. Work rate is down. We're not fit. We party the night before. Drink how much Heineken and Guinness. And think we play good in the morning. You understand?
I want to draw attention to two teams playing in the JPL now that are coached by Brazilians.
Yes.
Chapitan Maroons and Montego Bay United. Now, with Jamaica bumpy field, and these mans go out there and I try put on the ball and pass the ball, even when them under pressure, even when the fans them are telling for wolf it out 70,000 miles a night, you're out of my life. These mans are play under pressure to pass the ball. No, those teams are not performing at the best right now as it relates to, they're not at the top of the league. Chapitan is not at the top of the league. Mobile United is not at the top of the league. But you can see what they are doing. Now imagine if every team in the JPL did prioritize. So listen to me, before we even do nothing else, let us get 10 passes together. Imagine what kind of football would matriculate up to the national setup.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? So we do not have a football culture of passing the ball around. We have a football culture of out of my life. Kick and chase. So that is why you see that. That's why I say a lot of the JPL players, them when they reach up there, so that they want to do. Yesterday, the man them fake, and you hear the coach and say, "Put the ball on the ground, put the ball on the ground," because the man want to try broke that out of their mindset. But at that, them play week in, week out in the local leagues. The overseas players, the players who have been exported to overseas, either they come from the JPL or they born overseas. It no matter. These players have a different tactical mindset as opposed to changing tactics. As I stated earlier on in the conversation, most of these players that you see coming in can play on multiple positions. They are not stuck and locked down in one because they have got training to play in multiple. But you find a forward where them give him a month playing at right back, them give him a month playing at Michail Antonio, who is an elite striker. Let's say even is an elite number 9. Do you know that? Let us examine this carefully. If we were to look at 10 elite number 9s, just number 9s, not half forwards, not false 9s, not wing forwards, just a pure number 9. If we were to look at a pure number 9, and I were to name out the 10 best pure number 9s in the world, Michail Antonio would be far off, you know. Do you know that?
Yeah, because they don't have natural number 9.
You don't have the factory broke down. Them locked down the factory. Them don't make natural number 9s anymore. If you look at it, there are very few numbers at number 9s, and we have one at our disposal, even though him is 852 years old. But he's an elite level striker. So, and he used to play right back before. He was a right back. People forgetting him. Michail Antonio was a right back before. And he kept moving up the field to become a right winger till he trained and become a striker. This is training. They can't just get up on there and say, "Oh, I'm going to be a forward." You have to know how to move. You have to know how to break offside shot. You have to know how to draw people up to that position. It's a new position you learn.
You know, you're correct about the strikers. You know who is at 3 and 2 man are 2,000 years old. Lewandowski and Karim Benzema. Those are with Alan. They're number 1 now. But it only goes to show you that we don't really have pure strikers in today's game, you know, like pure strikers, you know.
Right.
And the same list, you have Mbappe, which is more of a wing forward. You understand me? And Nunes, I don't even know which position. Nunes is just a mixture of everything. Yeah, but he has the size to play the lone striker role, and he plays it for his country. Jesus is a central forward, not a striker. You understand me? So they have to make up players to put on the list to real. As Zlatan they might see in the top 10. So the game, that's a good point.
That's a good point. 733-year-old.
Yes, that's a good point. We are really strikers are pretty much dead in football nowadays.
85-year-old Giroud.
Yeah, Giroud is still on it. Yes, of course, Giroud is still on it. Lacazette will be still on. Lacazette. My goodness. So it goes to show you guys.
A goal this year, yeah.
It goes to show
And
you.
notice the elite level number 9s we're referring to, all of them, most of them, over them 30s. And yet still we are saying, okay, get from a man's shirt to get to them. Yes, sir. Yeah. Benzema is over 30. Lewandowski is over 30. Right? Alan is a robot. Let's go again. Who else again is you just mentioned? Lacazette is over 30.
Yes. Aubameyang is over 30 as well.
Yeah,
right?
Aubameyang is a wing forward. More call him a pure striker.
As well. So on the same 10, the best 10
Mitrovic, maybe.
Mitrovic is a pure number 9, right?
You should come on this. But I'm saying on the best list, they have like 3 to 4 wing forwards on it. Just to show you, or they can't even make it because you have to take out Aubameyang and put on Mitrovic on it. I think Mitrovic, yes, Kane is on it.
Yeah, Kane is a natural foul.
Ivan Toney
should be on it and take out Jesus.
Jesus is not a pure forward.
He's not Jason don't know that?
Jason is not a pure striker.
Take off Nunes then.
Yes, of course I said
Nunes is not a pure striker neither.
Yes, so this is the only one on it. Mbappe can play up there, but he said he doesn't like it. He likes to play with a forward, and he likes to play with a forward.
Mbappe a wing forward too.
Mbappe a wing forward, man. Mbappe a wing forward. Mbappe are the basically poster boy for the wing forward, man. For Jesus and the whole of them man, and the whole of them man, they cook the forward off the wing and then cutting. Aubameyang and the whole of them man, that them used to be in, bro. A pure out and out striker. I used to remember when Henry used to play for Monaco. He wasn't a striker there. It was a guy called David Trezeguet.
Yeah, he was actually a winger.
He was a winger. He was a left winger there. So me just to make you understand, said we have a 552-year-old pure striker, pure number 9. And we want to get to them because what? And whenever other side I play, use them pure number 9s them because they know that they need it at some point, especially us the way we play, where we move the ball up front. We need pure number 9s up there. We need people up there for work the ball, bro.
Boy, Jamaican Gunnar, that's a good point you brought up because I never looked at it like a way that you barely have strikers in the game today, you know. You get me?
Yeah, man, it's like them phasing out almost. Like the pure number 9 them.
Yeah, but yes, it's not working because look at Germany the other day when they were using this madman that's run up and down the whole day and they couldn't score a goal. As soon as they brought on
the man brought on bro, the wickedest thing was
them bring on the full crook guy from the German league.
Yeah, they bring on a power. Me don't know that brother how him.
Yeah, man, that's true.
Well,
the man they bring on an unknown striker, bro, when nobody don't know, and the man forward and kick and score.
All he was the highest scoring number 9 in the league at the time, and him just flinging for the national team.
And him look different. He make the other wingers them look better. So I think maybe we need to do a video on this. You know, is it that Pep Guardiola and those guys destroy football? Because I think this mini players and even big players are playing some mini roles and them stuff there. It's not making football better, you know, to be honest. Because anytime you go back to the standard level of football with these tough,
but
strong players,
you know that this position where you have the wing forwards, you know that it's not new, right? It used to exist before. Pele and them man was wing forwards.
Yeah, but they always have a striker up there with them.
Right, thank you very much. I'm always have a central point, which is the point of your attack. So they always have like people coming in from off the wings, them way with more skillful players, more quicker players. We can create more, and then them have a man to kick ball and goal. I man just lurk around the 18-yard box like a Amari'i, one of them man they were not skillful, but the man just know to make 1 yard of space so he can woof the ball in your goal. That is it.
Amari'i not skillful?
I don't know.
I wouldn't say it's the highest thing about Amari'i.
So your class skill are just broken people because him not broke people.
Yeah, so that means skill to chip up people and salad man like how Fat Ronaldo used to pick up a ball and pile you and salad you and shift you in a one. That me I talk about. That skill.
Oh, so you attack Jamaican skill. Okay, cool.
No, not Jamaican skill, a world skill that, bro.
No, because world skill include more than just shifting people. That's what I mean.
No, it include more than that, but shifting people are the first part, right?
So, but look here,
No,
Yeah,
that
because
is a
chief
Jamaican
answer, bro,
sentiment.
people know
That is a Jamaican
Ronaldinho
sentiment.
from skill set, not because him score the most goal, because he can pick up a ball and flick it over your head and salad you. Him can pie you, salad you, and shift you in a one.
one second.
Kill
And
that.
there's a lot of young strikers around, but give the young strikers then, because remember he was trying to make a case like Michail Antonio. Because true, you don't have the young strikers them where do all of the things that you want. Because Marlon said Lewandowski, Benzema, Osimhen would have gone in, Vlahovic.
Yeah, Osimhen is one too. Yeah, Osimhen is a good, very, is an extremely good forward, bro. Like from
How
Napoli.
much do you think about Vlahovic until
Yeah,
now?
Vlahovic from when the Juventus now?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
install over there. Install over there. But before him go there, so and him was at the other place. Yeah, man, him that talk about him a lot, man. As the next big whatever.
Pep Branda football is not winning Champions League. Lukaku, Martinez, Haaland, Immobile, Moreno, and Mitrovic. Okay, you see, we barely
Hold on
can
there.
find.
So Pep never win the Champions League already. Because me I try remember if he win the Champions League Barca. Me I try remember.
Pep could win
Yeah,
the
man.
Champions
Yeah, man.
League.
Them
If he win Champions League with Barca, who was the striker?
Yeah, he did.
You remember who was the striker? Villa.
Yeah.
David Villa was the striker. One pure number 9 for just kick the ball 9 goal.
David Villa was actually a wing forward, you know.
Henry was there, but he was a central forward as well. He never
No,
played.
man, Villa is a straight up striker, man.
No, man, he's
man.
not a straight up striker. He's a central forward or a wing forward.
Jesus is a wing forward, a Jesus and
Villa
Villa
is the same thing, man. Villa is a central forward just like Jesus. He was not a full striker.
Torres was a straight striker.
Torres is big. Torres is big, so you expect. But Aguero is a true striker, being that shot.
Yeah, Aguero is a true striker.
I was going to ask you, JD, that height don't have to be. Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm saying Tevez is a true striker. Tevez is a true striker. So, yeah, man. So, yeah.
But you realize the man that we are called a 752-year-old, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm pretty sure that those smaller players, they were real strikers, and they're
JD, you might be on to something that the coaches change that role, you know, because I think right now, if you're a young player developing as a forward, it's almost like they want you to be able to do the 9, the false 9, the wing. They just want you to do everything.
Pep Guardiola is a problem. That bald brother, you know.
That is what I was saying, because tactically the players them can adjust. So one change make and you move around the players as I think it was you, Jason, that said the coaches them tweak the game as the game are going on. You know? They must say, oh, he look like him weak on the left hand side. Attack him on the left hand side. He look like him can't use us. He look like him weak on the right side. Attack him on the right side. Take him on. Don't take him on. Leave him alone or pass the ball. Don't go around him again. That one is a different defender. The man adjust as the game go along. So you know about the football IQ to realize. So, oh, all right. Look, if it's a forward, I realize a centre half hours that come close to you. Anytime you pick up the ball in the right in the neck back and try to thump out your head back, you know, so all right. You go for the ball. You adjust as the game. You know, as the game progress. So if you're waiting and then try to hold it off on him, you step to the ball more. So you have more space. So I them look small, some look small. I saw it last night from Nicholson. I was so impressed, man. Nicholson impressed me last night with his football intelligence. I swear to you, no joke.
All right,
Yeah,
people, we should have right there. I think we come to the end of it because at 3 hours we do and at 1 o'clock. I mean, the need for sleep again, you know. I need the extra sleep, you know. Because man have to get up early morning again, and this is the spear video that we never expected to go so long. So thanks yet again. We're gonna give Lansdale a chance to say his piece, and then Mikey Ballin to finalize his piece, and then we just jump out of here. So Pastor came on, let Mikey go first, and then you can go after, because we know that once I give you the mic, you will finish the show, you know? Yes, so Mikey, go ahead, my brother.
Well, I want to congratulate the coach and the team and not the JFF for giving us a good show yesterday.
Oh, God.
And hopefully, moving forward, the JFF will do a much better job when it comes to getting a bus to go training. That's all I have to say. Not more than the JFF will step up.
All right. So, Pastor, finish up your point, Pastor.
Okay. In the next assignment, I would like the the failed man not to tarnish the integrity of the interview by showing up himself. I believe that the post-match interview, JD, the post-match interview.
Okay, you're talking Merengan. Okay, my
Yes,
goodness.
yes. You can call his name. I am not afraid to call his name. My chest have on flesh on it, you know.
You're
Yes,
closing up something, and it seems that you're
yes.
just.
You see, Guna labeled me that I am the man that bring the fight to the JFF doorstep one way or somehow. But Guna, when sin becomes prevalent, righteousness has to seek it out so that it is dispelled.
Amen.
And until the JFF becomes a relevant, practical, professional entity, I will champion the cause that calls sin by its rightful name. He did not merit a place in the post-match interview, but again, I blame the press officer who has not been doing a good job as a press officer, you know, because this is another fault of his. So I blame the press officer for this one squarely. I want to say that I heard people giving the team scores. I would give them a 9.5. Because as long as you have a unit that you become reliant on Micheal Lowe in the defense, you're going to be starting with some deficiencies. And I am glad that it was the coach that took him out, but he took out himself. And you know, he has been a good steward over the years that he has played. But the time has come where Jamaican football has risen above his requisite capabilities. And one must know when the bar is set too high for you to surmount it. So for the near future, he will be given a few forays, but as soon as the coach completes his shopping list, we will have replacements for some enigmas that we have had to endure for far too long. The score for the team is a 9.5. The score for the coach is a 9.5. I heard somebody giving, I think it was Jamaican Guna that gave Javane Brown a 3. I think Javane Brown did not select himself, so Guna not cheered him so hard. He did all he could. He just couldn't match up with that man over there. So I would give him.
I was showing a good mood. I want me to give.
No, Guna. He gave it everything he had. He just is not at that level. So not treat him so hard. No crush him. No crushing feelings. He did everything he could do. He was just shown not to be at that level. He's not at that level.
Okay.
So I would give him a 5 to say, all right, and give it full 100. Not because he was impactful, but because he did the very best that he could do. Me give him a 5.
Okay.
But it should cement in his brain now. After him Silambakis' first 3 touches, there are levels to this thing. And no matter how they hype me not reach a certain level. Yet, if me ever go reach there. So, all in all, I believe that had we not had to rely on these inadequate links, we would have beaten Mexico in Mexico. But God is still God. He leaves us room to dream and the cup full of hope to carry us into the next major competition. JD, thanks for the time to be a part of the program. Thanks to the Imaxit and Imaxit family, all the persons in the chat, all the supporters of Jamaica out of many one people and not a favorite player. And I hope that you will realize what truth with professionalism and a healthy work ethic can achieve. Because if Al Grimson can, in 5.5 short months, make Jamaica a competitive unit against the single best team in Concacaf, it should tell you a coach can never be a coach, and a coach will never look like a coach. Have a good day.
All right, people. So thanks very much, Mikey Bardin, Jamaican Guna, Lansley, Jason, Mr. Dre passing through, and all of the mans them in the chat. Where hit the like button. Please do smash the like when you get us up to 300, and just keep on subscribing. We will be back tomorrow for the content crack. Don't worry yourself. We will find a way out to figure out to reach there at the spot at 2 o'clock, ready for the content crack for you guys. Don't worry yourself. And then tomorrow we should have 80 game. 80 will be playing their final game, but they are already qualified for the League A. So next year you're gonna see them with the big guys them back again. You know, yeah. So tomorrow over the Imaxit, please do subscribe over there, share and everything. So big up everyone. Tomorrow, yeah, pasta. So let him just do him thing. So bless up everybody, man. Massive respect.